Hello, good morning. What's up? Hello, hi. How are you doing? It's stream time. Oh my god, stream time? Ain't no way in hell. Stream time! Hello, welcome. It is Zecke coming at you live from the very sunny California, Germany. We have a little announcement at our weather thing. Okay, we have a top story about... Okay, that was just news. UV rays will be very high starting at 1 p.m. We should keep that in mind, everybody. Hello, welcome. Welcome to stream. How are you? Did you sleep well? Did you have a nice day? Have a good time zone. Tuesday NEWSDAY is a proper Tuesday NEWSDAY in it. It certainly is. I'm always very excited for Tuesday NEWSDAY. It's only 16 degrees Celsius, though, so it's not particularly hot, but it is very sunny. Actually, I might open this link. Oh no, this link opens shit in fucking Microsoft Edge. I don't want that. Okay. Okay. Maybe I won't look at this link because my little weather app thingy also has news, but I never usually look at it because it's usually tabloid shit. It's like Microsoft news, whatever. Who does that? Who looks at those news? But one of the headlines looked interesting, so I wanted to click on it, but it opened the fucking link in Microsoft Edge. What? Okay, anyway. Hello. Hi, Purple. Hello, Warren. From your shower. Have a good shower. Hi, StreamElements bud. Of course, obviously. Hello, Mr. StreamElements bot. Hi, Greed. How are you? Why are you sad? What's up? Are you doing well? Hi, Alvi. Have a good stream. Thank you very much. I will. I'm hyped. I mean, I'm always a little bit hyped about NEWSDAY CHEWSDAY, because I do like doing these a lot, and I always record the whole entire stream, because, you know, this is the ones where I make videos out of them. I made a little intro. Oh, I can drop GIFs in here. I made a little animation GIF thingy. I made it in Procreate, and I don't know what the best Procreate export option for animations is. Can you export them in high quality, or are you just doomed to die? I don't know, but I made one for future videos. I also have a video version with like sound in it and everything, but I'll keep that until I can actually put it into a video. Hello, Yoita. Hello, Epic Chatters. Hello, Drama VTuber. I don't like the term drama as much. As like, I don't know, whatever Hassan calls himself, that one, please. Sometimes I just stare at my fucking folders and not have a single thought. Oh, okay, I didn't save it in the folder where it's supposed to go to. That helps me immensely. Is this a GIF? Yes, so this should be the correct one. Yeah, there it is. Zecke! It's pretty clean, though. It's pretty clean. It's not as big as I want it to be. Oh, yeah, and in the settings, it plays once and then it's done. I wonder if that'll make it play again. Oh, that's kind of fun. I like that. You can, like, make it play again by removing it and adding it again. I don't know. I didn't know GIFs could do that, but GIFs apparently can do that. Yes. It looks funky, doesn't it? Like the spelling at the beginning. Aki, perhaps even. So what's this on? Political commentator? I guess so, right? I don't know. They do talk about drama a lot too, and like interpersonal relationships between YouTubers and whatever's going on YouTube, and with streamers and all that. But I don't think anybody would call Hassan like a drama channel. Drama channel has such a negative ring to it, even though, like, do I watch drama channels? I think we talked about this last time too. Yes, Tenji agrees or disagrees very heavily. We will never find out. I think we talked about this last time too, where it's either commentary or drama, and it's drama when you don't put your own opinion in or something like that. Commentary in general, I think, is a nicer term, but does it really matter? I mean, a little bit. Yes, I'll put this at the beginning of my thing. Do you want me to explain, by the way? Because why not? I should explain, because it's my stream. I might as well explain. So this is my name. I'm so good at explaining things. This is my name, but also it is 3 arrows, which is a leftism symbol. 3 arrows pointing to the left. That's leftism, baby. It comes from, like, way back when. The Social Democrats in Germany, I think, used it a long time ago. And now it's basically a symbol that Antifa uses sometimes. Usually in, like, a little circle. So I just kind of incorporated it, and I think it looks pretty neat. I think it looks pretty cool. I also incorporated this symbol with the 3 arrows into my jacket design, actually. Leftism is when arrow points left. Got it. 3 arrows. It's important. It's gotta be 3. That's important. Yes. Are we above the drama llama stuff? I don't know what the drama llama is, so I think yes. I think that is a strong indicator that we are actually above the drama llama stuff, indeed. I'm gonna remove my GIF again. You're gonna see it soon enough, so it's fine. It is fine. We have a couple of things on the docket. I'm now thinking about, do I want to tell you about my day? But the thing is, I just woke up because, of course, I stayed up long watching Vosh. Didn't even watch the entire stream. Could have. It wasn't super duper long. I don't know when it would have ended. At like 6, between 6 and 7, I think it would have ended my time. Which is doable, but I was really tired, so I didn't. So I still have like 40 minutes of Vosh to catch up on. Very sad that I missed the bringing weapons to Pride conversation. The 3 arrows represents, well, right now it's been co-opted by general leftist movements. Like I said, it originated with Social Democrats in Germany at the time of the Weimar Republic. I know, right? It all goes back to the Weimar Republic. It always does. But right now, the Antifa uses it to, represent their anti-fascism. It's basically anti-fascism, all types of fascism, like at all ends of the spectrum. That's what it was originally against 3 things. Of course, Nazism, also like the Russian regime at the time, I guess, and something else, but I forgot. There you go. And of course you stayed up watching Watch, but not the entire time, though. He's your emotional equivalent of a sugar daddy. Can't be happy with how daily Watch does. You're kind of low-key. You're kind of right, though. You're a little bit correct, though. Like, I will get my withdrawal syndromes if he doesn't stream for like 2 days, which he didn't. He just straight up did not stream. Very rude. How dare you? But now he streamed again. He was very tired as well, though. I hope he streams again tomorrow. That would be nice. I would like that. Maybe a gaming stream. The public has been waiting for a gaming stream. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. However, as I was also saying, we were talking about... yeah, it's like around 4 hours. Wait, I could tell you the exact average, actually. One day I'll get back to the point I was making. One day. Okay, come on. Let me bring you in. Let me bring you into my... Let me bring you into my Google Doc, okay? My Google Doc, my Google Sheet thingy. There you go. Oh yeah, I haven't added the newest statistic yet. I think the last one was... It's open in another tab, so I should be able to add that. The last one was 4 hours and 13 minutes and 24 seconds. There was politics and there was no gaming. I am not at the end yet, so I don't know if he mentioned if he'll stream tomorrow or not. Just remember, chat, I am not parasocial. Well, I don't know. Have I ever claimed this? Have I ever made this claim? It sounds a little outrageous, doesn't it? So I can give you the mean average of that. I don't want the sum. Thank you very much. I would like the average. Yeah, the average is 4 hours and 30 minutes. Although it's slightly skewed upwards, I think, because there's some like outlier very long streams, but I guess... Yeah, there's less outlier very short streams, but some are shorter, so I guess maybe it does make sense. Yeah, the average is 4 hours, 30 minutes, and 37 seconds. That's my Google Sheet. That's my that's my Google Sheet. No, I don't think I'm good at managing. No, I'm just potentially autistic, maybe, perhaps, and like to keep lists, that don't do much for me, personally. I just remember that you have an entire fucking Google Sheet just for your parasocial stuff. Jesus Christ. Yep. It's fun, okay? I update my little Google Sheet. You can see, by the way, when there has been no mention of a stream, on the previous day, likelihood that I've only started tracking this very recently, but likelihood that the next day we'll have a stream is very low, which is why I'm very excited to get to the end of this one and see if he says anything about it. Anyway. Okay, wait, I made a comment before seeing her stats sheet. Maybe just a little parasocial. Perhaps. Oh, oui, peut-être. You can't even zoom into these. That's too bad. Okay. Yeah. For your parasocialism is strong. Like, it can probably compete for the parasocialism equivalent of the world's strongest man, or like the parasocial Olympics. I almost said Paralympics and then remembered that is in fact a thing, which is not this. Certainly not this. Okay, we lost it. No, I'm just keeping track of lists because it's funny. I like keeping track of list because list good. List make brain go brr. Statistics is the best math. Prove me wrong. You can't. Every other math, Who cares? Literally, though. Like, literally, who cares? The only math that matters is statistics. We love statistics. Statistics is fun. It is informative. It's easy. It's perfect in every single way. Every other math, I don't care. You can paint pretty pictures with the one that makes shapes, okay? That's the only use I can see for it. Anyway, hi, Caesar. Hola. How are you? Never mind. I just remember. Yeah. I would love to never ever remember /VT ever again. Or like, never mind, I don't think your parasocialism can compete with that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, statistics, my beloved. I feel that. Maybe I should have done a degree on stats. Maybe I would have liked it. Perhaps. I think about that sometimes, yeah. Yeah, stats is fun. 300. See? You're just like me. 300, that's 135 days, by the way. I love that I said 300 like 7 times without it being correct, even 1 time. But as I was saying earlier, Wash was talking about pride events, and chat insists. I don't know what's wrong with chat. Sometimes things are wrong with chat, that is true. Where are my graphs, though? I wonder if I could render this into graphs, but not all of them do so well with graphs. I have never used anything like Excel before, so I wouldn't know. They were talking about pride. We can, look, let's put this on the docket. We can keep track of this too. I have a little docket, you know, to be like, oh, we talked about this. Pride. Like as in pride marches, parades. They're usually marches and parades. They could be protests, but I don't think they usually are. They talked about that after I was asleep, so I just saw it right now because I woke up and started watching the VOD, obviously. And chat insisted that they should bring guns to Pride because, you know, the climate in America right now is a little intense. I get that, but I also agree that bringing guns to a protest or just a parade is not the answer to that question. I mean, from a EU, Germany perspective, that's not even a question, let alone the answer to the question posed. Because, of course not. Obviously not. You can barely bring, like, an umbrella to a protest. Like, not Pride. Pride is a lot more relaxed than that. But, like, without the cops being like, ah, yes, you wanted to kill. You had the intent to kill. Jail for you. It's a little bit of hyperbole right there. But you know the general gist of it. We've talked about this before. But yeah, obviously you're not gonna bring a gun. Don't bring a gun. Don't bring a gun to Pride. Hi, Addiction. What's up? How are you doing? Hello. Are you the youngest child to know geography and history? I mean, I do teach those in school. I don't know which grade they usually start with those, though. My wife, she husband, wife, son, daughter, and pet is a statistics. I am a statistics sexual. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh no, you lost Elo on the chess website. R&R. Guns at a Pride parade sounds fun, not gonna lie. It won't be fun when they blame you for all sorts of shit by bringing guns to the event. So you probably should not. Does that make you a stimp? A statistics simp? Yeah, statistically speaking, I think that sounds about right. So, Pride. Do I have any tips for Pride? Yeah, of course I do. I've been to Pride events. I'm familiar. Have fun. It's not that serious. Usually Pride events, I thought, when I went to my first ever Pride event, I thought it would be a lot more like a protest, because that's the only, like, comparison I have, and some people, like, say it's a protest, some people say, oh, come to our Pride protest, but it doesn't really pan out like any of the protests that I've been to. It's a lot more, you know, you walk, you listen to music, you listen to some speeches, you have fun. The police usually doesn't bother you that much. Like, the chances police is there, but they're less asshole-y than usual. True. What is this? This is my docket, as in my to-do list for today's stream. This is what we're going to be talking about on today's stream. At least that's the plan. Being blamed for all sorts of shit for bringing guns in Pride also sounds fun. It's not that fun, though, is it? It's not that fun, I'll tell you. I mean, if the guns fire rainbows, it's probably fine, right? Well, you'd think that. You would think that. Although that would be cute. I'm in favor of that hypothetical situation. So police will be there at Pride, because Pride is, like, pretty much anywhere in the world. I think police will be there because, you know, if there's a public event with thousands of people, there's going to be police there. That's just how it works. And usually, I'm always saying usually, at Pride, there's not going to be, like, any police aggression towards the protesters. They usually don't do that. 9 out of 10 times, I would say. Maybe even more. Maybe 9.5 or 9.8 out of 10 times. They don't do that. Now, if you go to a protest under, like, the Antifa flag, yeah, it's more like a, let's say, reversed odds of police aggression towards the protesters, but, you know, it's pride. Hence why you don't have to adhere to all of the very strict rules that, very strict rule manual that you have for attending other protests, because it's pride. It's fun. Vibe with your friends, have a good time. That's the main goal for pride, I think. The US Army was way ahead of you guys, trying to develop a gas to make the enemy gay. Now that'll do it. Obviously, that'll do it. The US Army is working on the real shit right there. We should really get on top of that. I don't know who we is in this circumstance, but it's definitely we. We should really get on top of that and figure that one out, shouldn't we? The US Army. We will try to make anything and everything into a weapon. Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's the one budget we're never gonna cut. See, that's something I'm not gonna talk about because I know absolutely nothing about it, but it's sure been on my mind because everybody else is talking about it. It's the debt ceiling. Hassan was talking about it. Vosh was talking about it. That's all my news that I get. I'm kidding. I'll get on to other news that I get. Huh? Hi, Raiden. Huh? The debt ceiling is a thing. Could be really bad if the Republicans, so what I know about the debt ceiling, I'm not going to get into it too much, is that the Republicans are using it to hold Congress hostage, more or less, by threatening to not let it increase and or just, like, default on our debt. You're dead. America's dead. And that would be bad. The economy would collapse. That would be very bad. Why are they doing this? Why is nobody being like, hey, stop that? I don't know. Money. Weird. Thank you. That'll be all. Hi, Joe Star. What's up? We talked a little bit about pride. I talked a little bit about how Vosh's chat was deranged yesterday. Yeah. For debt ceiling, know that basically everything in finance balances on a thin line called trust. This is true. And the United States of America have a lot of trust with other countries, as I've learned. Obviously, I mean, that's a pretty intuitively logical fact, isn't it? Because obviously, they're like a huge military power. They're hugely connected to every other country. They always meddle with every other country on the fucking planet. So obviously, they can have a pretty high debt ceiling because, yeah, it's advantageous for other countries to give the United States more debt. Like, obviously, I feel like that makes a lot of sense. So stop it, Republicans. Don't touch the fucking debt ceiling. Just don't touch it. That's all I know about it. That's pretty much all. Should we start with the Turkish elections? Because that's also something I don't know that much about. So, Erdogan won. Also, Arakira, if you're watching, don't. You didn't want to hear about this. So, for the next, like, 30... I don't know if we do 30 minutes on this. Maybe. For the next 30 minutes, just don't. Just don't look. Yeah, Erdogan wins. Barely. It was very close, apparently, and not to be a conspiracy theorist, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Well, I mean, I believe that they're gonna run with it and stuff, but it's not even about belief. Obviously, Erdogan manipulated the election. Like, even on a clear and public level, you can say, obviously he did, because every single TV station in all of Turkey was broadcasting Erdogan propaganda all day, every day. Like, that is clear election tampering. That obviously doesn't make it a fair election if one candidate is able to broadcast his propaganda throughout the entire country all day, every day, nonstop. Clearly, you know, like, it's pretty evident. And what else was going on is highly up in the air. You don't know that. I don't know that. But, you know, the obvious election tampering has already happened. Now, what's gonna happen next? That's the question I have. I don't know what will happen next. Will he just drive the country down further? What's he gonna do? Does he have any plans? Is he gonna get reelected again the year afterwards? What's happening? The country does look pretty divided. I'm thinking the actual number of people who would have supported Kılıçdaroğlu, I really try to pronounce it, but I don't speak Turkish. Also, this is almost a German flag if you flip it upside down. If you flip it upside down, this is the German flag. You should keep that in mind. This is a conspiracy theory. Erdogan's priorities are basically like this. Him and his family, his party, his country, everyone else. Basically, yeah, for sure. Just wanted to say that I, for no reason, think the name Erdogan is pretty funny. Really? I don't know. I feel like it's very easy to say, so I vibe with that. That is one thing that Erdogan has the upper hand on, in my opinion, which is very important because I can definitely vote in this election and definitely did. I cannot, obviously. Is that his name is easier to say, and I like that. I like that. What do you mean, Zecke? The Erdogan is awesome network is nothing but trustworthy, unbiased news, right? Yeah, 100%. Why would they ever say anything that is totally impartial, anything but being totally impartial. So President Biden congratulated. I have another post somewhere in here. Yeah, it's the German Tagesschau. That's a pretty good news outlet in Germany. They have an Instagram account that I follow, so I saw this one earlier, and it's basically an accumulation of everybody congratulating Erdogan, which it feels weird, but like, yes, Turkey is a NATO country, so obviously they have relations, but Jesus Christ. Okay. Congratulations to President Recep Tayyip Erdogan of Turkey on his re-election. I look forward to continuing to work together as NATO allies on bilateral issues and share global challenges. I guess they have to do that. It's so weird to me though. Like, dude, that man is basically a dictator, but sure, whatever. Go off, congratulate him. It's very odd to me, is all that I'm saying. It's very odd to me that people are just like vibing with it, but I suppose they have to be cordial. I don't know. It's very odd, very weird to me. It strikes me as very weird. What's this about LGBT? What's this? But his call for unity sounded hollow as he ridiculed his opponent Kılıçdaroğlu and took aim at a jailed Kurdish leader and the LGBT community. Yeah, sounds like this Erdogan guy. I mean, I don't know. Sounds like this Erdogan guy isn't that cool. I know. I'm dropping the real political like bombs right now. Aren't all bombs a little political? Vibe or get shot. Let's go, Erdogan. Hi, dog. Yup. When I do greet you like that, it does feel like I'm greeting my dog. Hi, dog. Also, this is an interesting map. I looked at this earlier. I feel like both Istanbul and Ankara, I guess, according to this map, have voted Kılıçdaroğlu. Darulu a lot more than like the more rural regions, I suppose. This makes sense. This makes a lot of sense, I think. Often the big cities are more open-minded. Hey, Zecke. Hello. Erdogan is pretty friendly with Putin, too. I've heard, yes, I have heard as such, which is crazy. Like, dude, you're in NATO. What are you doing, brother? I don't know, dude. I do not know. To be fair, Erdogan is friendly with everyone in the region. It's part of his political strategy. That also makes a lot of sense, but he's meanwhile running his country into the ground. I remember, like, 2 years ago or something already, a while ago, I was listening to the BBC news broadcast podcast thingy wherever I walked, so I was up to date on news. And they interviewed some people talking about this whole state of the economy, which is absolutely fucked, and I don't think it's much better now. Yeah. Are we talking about countries or history? We're talking about present. We're talking about news. Well, which also includes history a little bit, I suppose. Erdogan is friendly with Putin because he knows he can. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, sure, have your powerful allies, but that's still... I don't understand how that works. I honestly do not understand how that works. How can you be a NATO member and also vibe with Putin? Wouldn't Putin not like you because you're NATO already? Wouldn't that be like a little bit of a conflict of interest? I do not know. So this will be a tough year for Turkey. Current history as of the last few years. That's the pretty good summary of that. I would like to go through these because I feel like they're very... I would have to translate them for you. I love putting myself through situations where I have to translate for you. So this is our current chancellor. Olaf Scholz, in case you didn't know, he's not as prolific as Mutti Merkel. Obviously, she was like chancellor for 17 million years, for as long as I can remember, but it's this guy now, in case you didn't know that already. Germany and Turkey are close allies and partners, he says, and then he says something else, but it's cut off. Now we wish for our joined themes? Why would you say themes? To be accelerated with new vigor. What a statement, huh? What a nothing statement. Turkey has been obstructionist to Sweden and Finland joining NATO. Oh, that's why Putin is buddying up. Oh my god, that makes a lot of sense, huh? Jesus Christ. That makes a lot of sense. Because Erdogan knows being friendly with Putin will invite the US to try to give Erdogan more concessions, willing or unwilling, in the open or behind closed doors in negotiations, trade deals, etc., etc. That also makes sense. It's like, hey, can you stay with us, please? Can you not buddy up with Putin too much? Here, we're gonna help you out more. We're gonna help you out more with this, that. So, of course, they're like, yeah, we're the best of buddies. I don't know. I don't think Erdogan would say the same about Germany, but go off, I suppose. Yeah, this is the tweet that we just looked at in its original language. We also have, General Secretary of NATO, Jens Stoltenberg. I'm looking forward to continuing our work together and to prepare the NATO conference thingy in July. Okay, that is not even a statement about Erdogan, really, is it? Turkey just thinking about remaking the Ottoman Empire. Maybe that's what they want to do. Hey, that's her. That is her. She's also looking forward. They're all looking forward. They're also happy to continue the building of relations between the EU and Turkey. It is of strategic meaning for the EU and Turkey to work on getting those connections to develop. I mean, that is certainly true, but it will be a lot more difficult with Erdogan. I think it would be a lot more easy with the other candidate. But alas, you gotta do what you gotta do. Why is this guy here? This is Christ Democratic Europe Parliament. CSU is something. Nasty woman. Honestly, I don't know that much about Ursula von der Leyen. I just know that she used to be our Secretary of Defense, I guess would be the title. And now she's President of the EU Commission. That's mostly all of it. I was a bit too young for back then what was happening around here. Turkey be like, yeah, let's go. Make Ottoman Empire again. I don't know what their plans. Ottoman Empire and USSR coming back? What do history professors tell us? History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. I mean, it is a little cyclical, isn't it? It is. So what are you saying, Mr. Man? God, one very long sentence. That's my least favorite to translate, I have to say. Because of the way that German sentences are structured, translating German is such a nightmare. Translating into German isn't much better, though, to be fair. Because no, I'm not going to go into the linguistics of it all, but the last years have shown that close partnership is very important. A full-on membership, I guess, of Turkey in the EU is something that nobody wants anymore, though. Is that so? I mean, Erdogan certainly doesn't, so I guess that would constitute as nobody. What's this tweet? Oh yeah, we went to Biden's Twitter. Obviously, we went to Biden's Twitter. Von der Leyen. That's how you write her name. Wait, I can show you her name again. I can show you her name. Von der Leyen. That's how you write it. Hello, who's that gamer? What's up? How are you doing? So yeah, why don't they want to take care of Turkey? Yeah, it's weird, right? Like, why don't... It's odd. It's just a country that has run itself into like the ground with its economy and everything. So whatever. Did someone say USSR? United Forever in Friendship and Labor. Is that like a song? Maybe. Or is it just a motto? I suppose it is. I can't see very well on my mobile screen. That is fair. I don't think I can make it. Oh, wow. Okay, I can zoom in a little bit. That's as much as I can zoom in. Ursula von der Leyen. Did you write it correctly? Yes, you did write it correctly. So, W's for you. You did it. Weird German name. I wouldn't have written it like that. It's the anthem. Oh, that's the is that the translated text of the anthem? I didn't even know. I mean, I barely knew the non-translated text, so I would have been surprised if I would have known more about the translated version. If they really care about globalization and its common man, let Turkey in. I wonder. I feel like maybe they could help, but not with Erdogan. I mean, maybe that could have happened with the other guy whose name is too hard for me to pronounce, Kılıçdaroğlu. Maybe it could have happened with him, you know, because I think Erdogan is just somebody who doesn't want to negotiate with the United States. Well, with the United States maybe, but he doesn't want to be on as friendly terms with Europe as I think all of those little posts from those European leaders made us assume. I feel like, you know, through dark days and stormy, where great Lenin led us, our eyes saw the bright sun of freedom above. And Stalin. Yeah, is that the next line of the I don't even know the Russian lyrics. I thought about learning the Russian lyrics at some point. I also like my my bullet points are very concise. Erdogan is elected. What the fuck? Yeah. That basically covers the Turkey election for me, because I am certainly not an expert in the field. Am I an expert in any of these fields? No, but I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to become one. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about Xander Thal. I always thought his name was Xander Thal. It never was. That's not his name. I watched him for a little while, and yet I didn't know how to say his name. So that's something. Hi, Brian. What's up? Hello, your computer had virus. Ain't no way. That's bad. The quick fix for that is throwing your computer out of the window, because it will certainly not bother you again, the virus or anything with the computer, to be fair, which a lot of problems come from the computer. So I think that's a very good piece of advice you should listen to. For legal reasons, that is a joke. Xander Hall versus the Serfs. Do you know anything about this? Do you know anything about either of these creators? Xander Hall is another. I mean, they're both leftists. This is leftist infighting. That's why I put infighting into the title. Yeah, I'm not a Stalinist. I am also not a Stalinist. Marxist-Leninism? Yes. Stalinism? You're losing me. You're losing me, buddy. Lance from the Serfs. Yes, this is a whole like drama cycle, and the newest video looks so inflammatory that I would like to look at it. I am fairly caught up with what happened here, but it's a bit something. To get rid of virus, delete system 32. Yes, that'll do it. Now Maoism. No, I mean Maoism, when we look at landlords specifically, maybe. But otherwise, no. That's a little too fascist for me. Thank you very much. So, this is the tweet that got me interested in all of this. Looking into it, I found this video as well. It's not that long. We could look at it. I want to see. I also definitely recommend Xander Hall's content. Xander Hall, actually, this is another reason why I wanted to talk about this. Is not actually this. It's not actually this situation, which is why I wanted to talk about it. I just wanted an excuse to talk about Xander Hall, because that was before I even got into watching Bosch again a lot. I watched Xander Hall because his videos kept getting recommended to me on my YouTube front page, and I watched them. And I was like, wow, this guy is really inspiring me to put more content out there. I don't know what it was about Xander Hall's videos. Maybe that it was a little bit more approachable, because he just puts clips from his streams up on YouTube, and they do pretty well. And I'm like, okay. Who dat? Leftist commentator. He's a leftist commentator as well. I will give you a little bit of backstory. I know he's friends with Wash. That's what. Zan gets like hit pieces made about him every 2 weeks. It's so true. Like, I don't know why people hate Zan that much. I've never seen like a single bad take from him yet. We will see though. If that ever changes. I'm still waiting for the bad takes, by the way. I like it when I have like favorite content creators that I at least have like a few bad takes that I know of them, so I can be like, I like them, but this one take I don't agree with, because then it seems like I'm a little bit more unbiased. But it's hard because a lot of them don't have that many bad takes. I know Hassan's bad take. Hassan's bad take is, his Ukraine coverage is a bit, and his opinion on AI art. Not great. I'm gonna be cutting ingredients. Nice. Okay, have a good chop chop. Have a good chop chop. They hate to see quirky white boy W's. It's true. It's so true. Does that mean his accusation was vile, or that the one he's accusing is a vile? I think we're gonna watch this. I think we're gonna watch this video, so we're gonna find out. But I think this is the serfs making a hit piece against Sanderhall for reasons that we'll find out when we watch the video, I think. So this is Zan's tweet. Did me calling out your defense of known abuser Illuminati, that's what this all like stems from, actually, really make you this mad, dude? And there's another one, because somebody asked about it too, like, wait, when the fuck did you accuse Lance of that? He really is scraping the bottom of the barrel. So far the reception seems to be, this is kind of about nothing. This is just an attack in order to be an attack, and Zan agrees with that. I didn't. Just pointed out the name he was using to refer to me was coined by lolicons on Twitter, which, what? I hope they covered this in the video, because I don't know what that would be. I'm very interested in that. Yeah, they've been doing the same with Shark. I know, right? I've watched the one video, the one very long video where Shark talked about all of that. That's the only Shark video I've watched so far, but I do want to watch more. As well. People just hate, like, people love to infight, and people hate a few creators on the left, like, all the time. I feel like the whole vitriol against Hassan has kind of died down a little bit, and now people are looking more so towards this bubble, like Zan, Bosch, Shark, etc. And I don't understand. I don't understand. But Hassan has been having it a little bit easier. He used to be like on the defensive all of the time because he kept getting attacked by people. Which I don't think that happens right now. I don't know. At least not as much, maybe. Anyway, by lolicons on Twitter, who were mad at me for calling them pedos. He is trying to move people's attention away from his abuse apologia. I've always said apologia, but I think I recently learned it's not pronounced that way. It's very transparent and embarrassing. Apologia, I think, actually. But apologia makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm gonna say both all the time. To never be wrong, but always. To never be wrong, but also always be a little bit wrong. So this is the video. This is the channel, the Surf Times. They're apparently pretty big, but apparently not as big as I thought they were. They're pretty big on Twitter. So they also make like the usual lefty content. As you can see, it's the Texas shooter, it's Musk, this is a video about Illuminati. And apparently, you know, Lance from the Surf Times is very good friends with Illuminati and is sticking by her side, even though she's basically, without much of a doubt, been proven to be a pretty bad person. Yeah, oh yeah, lolicon people like Ref hates Zan. I've heard. Ref is also on the docket, as we know, as always, because he is annoying, because he is annoying, and because he's good content, I think, potentially at least. The video thumbnails make me hope that it will be good content. Yes. I think, wait, what is this one? Yeah. This is the video that is in question, obviously. It's only 14 minutes long, approximately, much shorter than most of these other videos, so we could look at that. This was 1 day ago, Xander Hall's vile pedo accusations against Lance, which definitely happened. Let's look at it. Let's see. Oh, I like the animated intro. Okay, I've never watched the Surf's video before. I like the animated intro. I think Lance is also not, like, they're not bad people, as far as I know, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see what they have to say.
I did a video responding to a hit piece by one Xander Hall. Where he accused me of a lot of different things, directly accused me of fabricating that he had looked up Blair White's dead name off screen while streaming, that I was apparently friends with Bad Bunny, or somehow associated with Bad...
See, this all goes back to, like, Bad Bunny drama as well. Jesus Christ, it's so interconnected. I don't know. I don't know.
Bad Bunny, or the DJ Mule podcast that they have, or any of that kind of shit. Not true.
All of those.
Provided receipts for all of it. And then it became guilt by association stuff, that you are in fact friends with Thought Slime. Or you were in fact friends with Blair or defending Blair, which of course was an ongoing situation, which still is with the leftist mafia. We're going to be speaking about it in more detail.
Yeah, the response video is up on the channel, link in the description. Yeah, I cannot watch all of that. Nobody has the time in the day. I'm very sorry. I know about the general situation, and I hope that knowledge will tide me through all of this, but I have not watched all of that. If I watched every single video by every single person involved in this like whole situation, I think I would turn 30, actually. So, you know. That part, yeah, Lance is a pretty cool dude. He just went hard on defending an abuser, which, yeah, that's more than just, oh, you're friends with this person. Like, the whole, oh, you're friends with this person is kind of a, you can argue about how much that says anything about somebody. Depends on what you mean by friends. If you're like, oh, this person, I completely support them. They did nothing wrong. If you're like sticking up for somebody really hard, yeah. If they done some terrible shit very recently, maybe this speaks a lot about you as well. Maybe you're just blindly loyal and should reevaluate your friendships a little bit. But if it's like, oh, you've talked 7 years ago, so that means you're friends, then of course it's a stupid thing to point out because like, no, not really. We don't care about these people that much. Valid and fair.
Till on Thursday, but to the effect of all that, responded, which I thought was pretty reasonably, with receipts to a whole bunch of callouts, and either meet receipts with receipts or fucking move on and do some other shit. Instead, I got this. Lance refers to me as Slander Hall.
Ah, I see. It's okay, it's like in the US, 75% of the population aged 50 years after 4 years of Orange Man. That is true. That is true. That'll age you. That will age you. That's true. I just realized how many tabs this guy has open. That is nothing compared to you. You shouldn't be pointing that out. Oh, wait. There's a little thing where you can go. There's like the little arrows next to the tab thingy where it's like more tabs. Oh, well, maybe you're right. Maybe it's a lot of tabs. I've never had this little arrow thing. I think that's that, right? That's like, oh, hey, you have more tabs over there. I didn't know that was a thing.
In his new vid on me, a nickname made up by lolicon pedos on Twitter. Maybe not the best crowd to get your lingo from.
I would be inclined to agree.
So I was like, okay. So went from responding to a whole bunch of specific callouts with receipts, posted that, and then boom, fucking...
Wait, is that... Excuse me, is that where you get the title from? Is that where you get the title from? Because that's kind of insane. If that is the only thing that Zan said, God, I'm gonna have a lisp problem with your with the name, I think. If that is all, then that's a crazy title to formulate off of this one. Also, should we make him be a little bit faster? He talks very slowly. I watch all of my videos back faster as well. So I was like, well, that's a speed run.
Because I've done this shit with right-wingers, and I know he used to be on the alt-right, and I've gone back and forth with right-wingers where it's like, all right, they're...
Well, yeah, okay, he used to be on the alt-right, yeah, like 10 years ago or something. Okay, he's pretty young, I don't know, 10 years ago. But like, back in 2015, that's almost 10 years ago, a lot of people were. I want to see the proof of the accusation. Yeah, right? Xanderhal did not, that's not calling you a pedo. Like, not even a little bit. Not even as like a joke or as hyperbole. Jesus, yeah. I'm not dissing him or anything. Just saying. Maybe you feel a little bit of kinship because of the tabs. Fair, very fair, very fair, very fair. Come on, continue. Did I not? Did I
video.
Pause it again?
Here's my response with receipts. Here's my explanation of the accusations that have been made. But they don't go this fast in terms of like, oh, well, it must be a pedo adjacent at the very least. To say the least. Called him out, because this is exactly what happens, by the way, when this kind of shit is said out loud. You could have just said, you don't run in those circles. You could have just said you don't hang out with the pedophiles, Lance. I mean, if you just said you don't hang out with the pedophiles, that could have been the end of it.
Wait, I would like to actually... It's so small. You could zoom into your Twitter. I zoom into my Twitter for my streams so that you can see my Twitter better because, Jesus Christ, I cannot read this. What did he didn't show the tweet where he replied to Xanderhal, so I will try and read that. I'm gonna lean in real close. So, you really did a speedrun of slandering a queer person as a pedophile adjacent because they criticized your content. Right-wingers don't even move this fast. Actually, they do. Actually, they do, and actually, he didn't. Yeah, that's a weird response. Like, you can just say no. You can just say no. Like this
you know?
person said.
And this is why the fuck people do this kind of shit. This is, by the way, why they weaponize that stuff against queer folk too. Because immediately, it's got to put you on the defense. You got to be like, well, no, I just made a video like a couple days ago about how disgusting it is that Andrew Tate.
Yeah, you can just you just write, I do not associate with them. Like maybe explain where you got the idea of calling him Slanderhall from, if it's not from that crowd, because usually you pick up the lingo from the crowd that you interact with, right? So gotta slam your head onto the screen to read that. I did. My head was all the way over there now. Noted.
Who
I
has
love
said
the
on
noted
camera
emote.
that they had sex with a 16-year-old when they were an adult. That is super yikesy. But they're hanging out now with a fucking pro lolly pedo waifu whatever fucking account. That shit's disgusting. Made a video on it. Yes, no, don't run in those circles. Call that shit out quite frequently on the show. But then you have to play defense, right? Now you got to be in that fucking yeah. What's the evidence, by the way, in this case? Because this shit is very serious. It's very serious.
But he didn't, though. He didn't call you a pedo. He literally didn't. Don't even explain. Just deflect and say he's projecting. Easy 1-2 defense. It's like, no, you, bye.
Suddenly, accuse another content creator of either associating with pedophiles, being pedophile adjacent, doing pedo shit. What's the proof here? Xander and slander rhyme.
Yes, and okay. Okay, then just say that then. I don't know, just say that. Even though that's silly, but sure.
That's what we're going with. Xander rhymes with slander. The only way anyone could possibly have been clever enough to think of such a nickname is if they were hanging around the pedophile corners of...
Hello, it's blurry as hell, almost as if he doesn't want his audience to read the tweet, right? Wait, am I on HD? I am on HD. Am I like, did I fuck up? Does this make it a little bit less blurry? Well, barely. It's too tiny. I cannot read it. I couldn't read it if I tried, bro.
To the internet, I say, yes, it's the only way. Now, this notwithstanding,
I mean, I did read it, but it's hard.
Find that using the most obvious pun in the world is because you associate with pedos, and I'm the one accelerating things. I put out a video a few days ago saying the yikes associations with Andrew Tate and Lolly. No, I don't, quote, run in those circles. But hey, here comes the next part. Xander says, bro, you are reaching.
Look, his whoever edits this, thank you for doing that. It is a reach, though. It literally is a reach. Damn, only Dr. Seuss could come up with that, honestly. True. So true.
And we go from that to...
I mean, it is a reach, though, isn't it? Like, he never called you a pedophile. You're making a whole 14-minute video about it.
First reply I see under the quote tweets. So, hey, did a call out of how this is pretty extreme. You're going right to labeling a queer person as being fucking pedo adjacent because they criticized your fucking takes with receipts. And then, boom, right out of the gates. And now, doubling down. This, by the way, for the record, is doubling down because a pedo responded in the comments. Yeah,
Okay. That's somebody talking about what they always talk about on Twitter. I think if you ever mention anything, they will come out for sure. Are you gonna read this? Probably not. If the editor put these in, then you're not gonna read these on stream. I shall read these on stream. I think he might be a pedo now since he created the idea from nothing, right? It's like, why are you going so hard against this? No, I would never. Lance, I would never accuse you of being a pedo. Never, ever. That sounds like I'm joking, but I actually would not. I don't think you are, but you are being really weird about this interaction with Zan, who you are attacking for literally no reason. So this random person replied, and as we can see, again, no likes, I guess. Always disappointing to see these progressives talking about lolicon and other thought crimes as if the person is actually going. Oh yeah, the usual arguments, whatever their fetish is. It's definitely weird, and I like some stuff that most people find offensive. Great argument, but I've never heard anybody, and I'm proud of that. Smiley face. Okay, people who feel the need to write that under every single tweet where lolicon is mentioned. Good vibes, great vibes.
Responded to the pedo accusations. So that must mean, holy shit, first reply I see. Has to be fucking the Surfs. Has to be one of the Surfs fans, yeah. Look at that. Look at this. Pedo shit. Evidence. Direct evidence. And by the way, fun and games aside, because obviously this was one of those things where I saw it, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is fucking below 4chan tier. But alright, okay. What are you trying to be, the Andino of the left right now? We'll run with this. Here we are. Fun times. this shit is serious. Like, genuinely, if you're associating people with pedophilic actions, pedophilic communities, pedophiles in general, your evidence is this fucking razor thin to fucking comical, that's fucked up. A lot of people online, by the way, people who are both friends with Xander Hall and associate with Xander Hall, are very quick to call this shit out. Because, yeah, it's fucked up. This provides cover to people who do fuck.
Look at StreamElements. StreamElements doing the most. Thank you, StreamElements. What else are you going to talk about in these many minutes? Apparently, okay, one tweet, apparently. I'm just trying to see if this is even content anymore. Can I?
Actual abuse of children. If you're like, oh, well, yes, once again, we're attacking people based on the rhymes. Did you rhyme fucking Xander with slander? Here you go. Bullshit. So then things got even
hi,
funnier.
Wheatbush. Hello.
People started filling up replies saying that apparently I have stolen valor in the queer community. Yes. Yeah. Apparently trying to hide behind the label itself. Yeah.
Okay, I guess you're not gonna read this. Oh my god, someone in my mentions just unironically accused Lance of stealing valor by claiming to be queer because he's apparently not visibly queer enough. Fuck you, that's blatant biphobia. You might as well accuse him of faking it for attention. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's bullshit. Duh. Like, who the fuck? Stealing valor? Yeah, that's a bullshit claim. What is the tea? The tea is like, you know, when you make black tea specifically, and you forget about it, you leave it in the kitchen, and it ferments for like an hour, and then you're like, maybe I can fix it if I put enough sugar in it, and maybe enough milk or something, but you can't. It's so bitter. Like, you're gonna get serious stomach problems if you drink this tea, because it's the most bitter substance on earth in your kitchen at that moment. That is how this tea is, because it goes back, you know? What the fuck is valor? I think in this case it's like it means that he's co-opting like sort of a label. He's co-opting a label that he isn't under, or this tweet is saying that people are claiming that he is co-opting a label that isn't his to claim in order to get more like internet cred. You know, you could say valor in this case is internet cred, which, like, I don't know who is claiming that. I don't think this is a good argument. Obviously not. Like, if you're queer, you're queer. You don't have to be like the most flamboyant motherfucker out there to be queer. Like, I'm queer too. But I'm arrow ace, so like that's not something you can really like live very loudly. You know what I mean? But whatever.
You know, identity politics. Yeah, that stuff. So right before Pride.
Wait, what do you call what, Gary?
The whole, I don't know. Are you gay enough? Do we have a number? Because, like, has the server said it? Like, I know he says he sucked men dick. Fine. But how many? And how large? Has he said girth? Has he said for how long? Does he swallow? Has he said that? I haven't heard one of those statements yet. So until that, I don't know. We're going to have to keep him on the sidelines. Just going to say this for anyone who might be questioning, or if you're perhaps asking.
I think the Xander Thal situation, Xander Hall, I'm so sorry. Why is his name Xander Thal in my mind? I do not know. Is already over? Are you gonna go back to talking about that, or is it just this now? Because this is on screen the entire time, so I'm assuming it's just this now. I'm not missing out on anything if I skip the rest of this video, because. Okay, cool. I need a percentage of how gay you are to evaluate your gayness, obviously, right? Take a test. Pull up a quota quiz. You'll find those. Like, how gay are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Or percentage-wise, out of 100. Obviously, you could do that too. So this has measurements now. How many? And swallow. Obviously, those are the measurements. Yeah, I don't agree with whoever is saying that. This isn't even a tweet of somebody saying that. This is just a tweet of somebody saying that people are saying that. But that has nothing to do with Xander Hall. And I mean, that's okay. You can make how much of the video? You can make 5 minutes of the video with a title like that actually be tangentially related to what is in the title, even though the title itself is absolute, like, what's the opposite of charitable? Evil. Evil sounds a little bit harsh, though. Like, bad faith, let's say. Yeah, bad faith. Absolute bad faith title all the way for about 5%. Nope, not 5%, but 5 minutes of the video. I need validation from internet strangers to tell me I'm gay enough. By moment. Well, I mean, there's a lot of biphobia. I'm not even gonna argue this part, because this part has nothing to do with the title or Zan or any thing like that. That's just another thing completely, entirely. That was not mentioned in the title because I think most people would agree. Don't be biphobic. Don't question people how queer they are. If they say they're queer, they're queer. It's fine. Calm down. But, you know. Hi! Oh my god, hi, it's been a while, Siska. How are you? Hello. We're talking about drama and drama in the politics space. This is the video that evoked this response, I think, but it's a little bit too long for me to watch. Probably it's a video from Zan. Also, I may have already watched it. I don't know. Have I watched this? It's a bit long. I don't think I want to watch all of that. Maybe I could make like a little like summary at some point. But yeah, in summary, from me, the girls are fighting, and I think they should stop fighting. Also, Lance should reevaluate who he hangs out with and who he like rides and or dies for, because this is not it. Yeah, bottom of the barrel. It just did not happen, ever. When you brew black tea in large quantities in a small container and let it stand for a while. In Russian prisons, it's called chefir, prison tea. Oh, I see. Thank you. That makes sense. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. What the fuck are the German trends? Sometimes my eyes dart over on Twitter into the trends for you, and they're the German trends. Sorry, look, you can read the tweets, right? Okay. The general normal things are trending at the moment. I'm just not even gonna think about that any further. 25-minute rant on why we hate this guy. Did the other guy kill his family? I think there's a lot more substance to this video than also it's dislike actually. I think there's more substance in this video than the other one, because the other one featured like 5 minutes of substance in quotation marks, but still. Okay, maybe I should watch this video. What the fuck happens in this video? She intentionally trying to kill a child. Sorry, I clicked on your thing. I didn't want to click on your thing. Hello. The bisexual lighting, though. The bisexual lighting. You gotta have the bisexual lighting. I mean, you know that. The girls are fighting. I only ride and die for my cat. Literally the least controversial person. Good idea. I can't say the same about Tenchi, because Tenchi is quite controversial. His publications in the world of philosophy have been regarded as quite controversial pieces, so, you know. You can't say that was, if I ride or die for him, I might catch some flack. My boy's a controversial guy. So what's the summary? Just the girls fighting? Well, the summary is Lance from the Serfs. I wanted to pull up his Twitter, but it's all just this tweet now. Well, okay. The summary is that Lance... Did I close Lance? No. That Lance from the Serfs is sticking with people that he shouldn't be sticking with, writing and dying for fucking Illuminati. Like, why? Just, there's no good reason to stick up for this person. Everything I've seen about her is very, very bad. Like, mistreatment of employees, stealing and not crediting sources in videos, like many such cases. Either way, he's sticking up for her and straight up attacking anybody who doesn't like the fact that he is sticking up for somebody who is basically more or less a proven abuser at this point. Did I see Misha Collins met somebody? Yeah, I saw! Yes, I did see that. God, do you have a link? You can't post links. You could post links directly to me. I wonder if I could find that. I saw that on TikTok. That was... Yep. Okay, it was very easy to find. No problem, actually. This is the TikTok in question.
I'm under an underpass here in Dusseldorf in Germany.
In Dusseldorf.
Cities here actually feel just as unsafe as they do in the States. There's just like a lot of riffraff around. And it just feels, there's something about it that feels dangerous, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, look at these guys. Hey, excuse me, can I ask you a question? Yes, I wanted to ask you, excuse me, hey.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous in these German streets, you know? They're rude, the Germans. They're rude, they're not gonna answer your questions, they might rob you. Give me all your money. Yeah. What's going on here? SpongeBob and me are fighting. So yes. So Garbo human sticking up for another Garbo human. What else is new? Truly, what else is new? And somehow this just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going and perpetuates the infighting in the left. But my personal TLDR is that Zan is really cool. Do I have Zan up over here still? Yes. My TLDR is that Zan is really cool and inspired me to make more content. So, vibes. Yeah, some of her videos are pretty good. I like Blair's video on the corporate casket, Sag. To be fair, I never looked behind the scenes on her operation, though. Like, I think you can absolutely still like the videos. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially because, as far as I know, mostly she did not write these alone, obviously. She produced, like, a lot of video content, so she had a whole corporation going on. And the content in the videos is fine, but the person behind them is less fine. What the fuck? I can't believe the sheep ignored him. I agree, right? Like, that was Misha Collins. Show some respect, okay? Show some respect. Sheep don't give a shit. That is very true. So we have some ref video. God, which one do we want to watch? I want to watch maybe 1 or 2 more ref videos. Which one, though? Which one? Wait, I have it somewhere. Obviously. He just uploaded another one 11 hours ago. He uploads fairly frequently, of course, as you should. And all of these seem pretty watchable. Like, which one am I gonna do? I know I watched this one on stream. I watched this one off stream, I think. I mean, I certainly watched it. The watch bar says so. I think I did that off stream. And then we have a couple new ones since then. Now... We have another follow-up on the Weibo situation, but honestly, I don't know if that's so interesting. It also talks about the Neurosama thing. I don't even know what is happening with Neurosama this time. I'm not a big fan of Neurosama myself, so I don't know. But whenever somebody uses the term Twitter freaks, you know, their opinion is about to be the hottest of garbage, so we will see. Kind of sadly ironic that a person taking on greedy corporations and people, people wouldn't practice what they preach, though. It is ironic, isn't it? Got a new model? Who? Yeah, Neurosama did. Yes. Is this about that? Oh, man, maybe I should watch that one. And her AI get updated. So now she has a new voice. Oh, I see. I didn't know that. I knew about the model because I knew that was happening. Is this about that? I mean, probably, right? That's probably about that. Have you seen Hero Hey? His content can be pretty baity and bad faith. I have not, I don't think. We can look at that too. We have some time still today. Oh my god, that's me and Marin. Hero Hey. But only one of us is talking about politics and drama. Oh, I see. Oh damn, he's also huge as shit. Why is every... Silence. He has a lot of subs. Why is every big anime content creator or like VTuber content creator, I don't know, I guess he's both anime and VTuber. Why are all of them strange? I haven't seen him though yet. He's just a Twitter commenter. I see. Extremely disturbing new trend on Twitter. Stop saying adult and start saying post-minor. What the fuck? Okay. Weibo, of course. This situation with, like, the whole scam thing going on. I see that. She ruined her life for internet clout. Sounds interesting. We could maybe check that one out. That one's very short. Basically, the internet is a big septic tank where we're swimming in and we're swimming in it and we're trying not to drown. That's what we're trying to do. That's true. So which one of these? I don't want to talk about this one because I don't think Futa is a slur now. I don't think that. He got into a recent tiff where he completely changed the statement a Twitter user did and then said it was a summary. I love summaries that completely rewrite the statement. Those are my favorite. They're great. Had to take a break. No problem. Come over when Hero Hey was mentioned. Do you know anything? What's your opinion? I've never heard of this man before in my life. Entertainment news? I do that too. I am also that, yes. I used to be sub to him. Oh god, did he turn really bad? Should we watch one of his videos first? Short woman banned now, wow. I know exactly what that is about because just of context, it's not hard to figure out what that one is gonna be about. He's gonna show some case where somebody's like, lolly bad, and he's gonna be like, what, you short women are not allowed? And people are gonna be like, no, that's not what we're saying, and he's not gonna listen to them. We could watch that though. Every day I go in the social media mines and dig for posts. It's me, post miner. That's so good. I'm subbed. He just makes videos of people posting unhinged takes on Twitter. I see. What's this one about? Okay, we'll watch one of them. Let's see.
Joey Swole is back at it. The man bringing.
Oh, Joey Swole. Oh boy, I have thoughts about Joey Swole as well. Joey Swole was on Hassan Hassan broadcast at some point. Joey Swole was a guest on Hassan's stream a while ago, and he was very chill when they talked about fitness stuff. He had like good vibes, but I've also seen some very, very, very bad takes from Joey Swole before, so we will see. And he's grifting with the whole like calling out people who are trying to call out people. Oh boy. All right, I don't remember the locker room video because I have not seen it. When did this get uploaded? 2 days ago, I see. He was your run-of-the-mill commentator, then he decided for some reason to create false news about one VTuber. Ah, that one's the one. Whom did this happen to?
Situation. By the way, he's not just on Twitter, he is also on YouTube, so consider checking him out here on YouTube. Says, this gym needs to cancel her membership. Who does this? How do you not know better? And by the way, guys, we do...
Oh my god, he puts... I'm sorry, I always find this jarring. I never find it good when people just use, like, random gameplay footage to put underneath their commentary. Like, just put up the tweet, or at least don't put this gameplay, because isn't this jarring to you? I think this is very jarring. Like, so I get the whole, like, surfing thing, like CSGO surfing. At least that looks kind of fun. You can follow that with your eye. That's kind of like Subway Surfers or whatever to put in the background, but you're just standing around holding a fucking like okay. The YouTuber in question was Kani Sawa. I haven't heard of any of that. Yeah, this is a new trend on Twitter. As far as I can tell, some Twitter people are just pushing for labeling 18 to 25 as not adults but post minor or something like that. I have not heard of that at all in the slightest. That's crazy, dude. Like, come on. Like, obviously, your brain is fully developed at, like, 25 or something, I think. That maybe that's the angle they're pushing, but come on.
You have a conclusion to this one, so let's take a look.
I can't believe that in 2023, people don't know better than to take a selfie in the locker room at the gym with somebody that's nude or changing in the background, then post it to social media, and then comment something like this. I'm the one that had to block out this woman in the background. So to this young woman taking this photo, I hope JD Gyms, this gym, sees this, kicks your ass out. You owe that woman an apology, and you better hope she doesn't want to press charges.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with Joey Swole on this one. You should not post other people nude on the internet. Obviously. Clearly. Well, Twitter's crazy. I heard Post Malone stopped at 22. Oh, so all right. Either way, that's odd. You don't need that term. It's
so for
young
anyone
adults,
that's out of the
fine.
loop, it is normal at public gyms.
I'd rather go post-mortem than be called a post-minor. Yeah, like, don't. Isn't that a crime? Better call Saul then, right? Like, what the fuck? No, this one is this is real. You should not do that.
Or, let me put it like this. If you go in a locker room in a public gym, chances are you may see some things. You know what I mean? So,
well, duh.
Yeah, that's just how it is. But this lady taking pictures of the other lady and putting her on the internet and all that, like, yeah, there might be some, like, actual laws that she broke, so
yeah,
crazy stuff.
I would assume so.
Someone actually tried defending her in the comments, like, really? Rookie making a rookie mistake? No. Rookie mistake, right. She probably takes pictures of naked people everywhere else, and she didn't know it's forbidden in a gym.
It happens to the best of us. I mean, we've all been there.
Not taking and posting pics of naked strangers is something that goes far beyond gym/changing room etiquette. Original post that tags that person. I don't think it's a mistake. What did you smoke today? The sign says no pictures in there. We'll get right to the update on the situation. I just want to say one more thing. Again, for anyone perhaps out of the loop, like, there are a number of unspoken rules at gyms, so to speak.
I think that's a non-spoken rule, or maybe even a spoken rule in most of society, is don't take pictures of people don't post nudes of other people online, okay? How do you feel about being naked in the locker room and seeing naked people there? Well, I don't go to public gyms, so I've never been in that situation. I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? You know, in East Germany specifically, there is FKK, so FKK beaches still, where people just bathe naked. Like, I don't think it's a big deal, but like, don't take pictures, obviously. You're not allowed to take pictures at the beach either, so just don't do that. I hate commentators that just put, yep, unrelated gameplay over their commentary. Me too! Like, anything else. This isn't even pleasing to look at. Why am I seeing this? Just put something else. I'm sure you can find B-roll. Anything else, please. It's so distracting to me. I don't understand. He even tried to justify his position, but pretty much his own subscribers turned against him on that case, that we talked about earlier. Only when he was massively losing subs did he even make a thinly veiled apology. Jeez. Well, that's pretty bad.
I'm not just talking about this locker room stuff, but even in general. Like, for example, when you're done with the barbell, taking off the weights, putting them back on the rack for the next person, things like that. But even if you don't know what those things are, it all links back to, like, common sense and common decency.
Yeah.
So just have respect for, like, your fellow people at the gym, and chances are everything will be fine. Anyways, update.
Just want to give an update from the video yesterday where the woman was caught taking a photo of another woman in the locker room changing just so she can post it on social media to bash her, to body shame her, all for attention. Well, I got this message this morning from that gym, JD Gyms, and it doesn't disappoint. They did the
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. I don't really have any problems with this. I want to see some mid-tier FPS gameplay for all YouTube commentators. No, anything else. Just, I don't know, put those slime videos or the ones where they're cutting sand. My personal favorite is the ones where they cut soap. Those are pretty good. I like that. Yeah, he doesn't have accuracy or quality. He just posts crazy things that he sees online. That's like a little bit of a resurgence of those channels that used to just read Reddit out loud. He doesn't commentate, like, not him, him. He doesn't commentate or anything. It's just pretty vapid content for people who can't curate their own Twitter page, I suppose.
absolute
Which,
right thing.
sure,
and
go ahead.
Their members,
make that
removing
content.
This
I
woman
don't
from
care.
their gym. She no longer has a membership.
Good.
So thank you to JD Gyms and everybody that hit them up. And I want you all to remember that this isn't a joke. This is not something to laugh about. You should never take photos of people in the locker room, especially while they're changing and nude. That is the most disrespectful thing that you can do to somebody, and such an invasion of privacy. And I can't believe that has to be said in 2023. And again, I just want to thank all of you for being here, being in this
See,
community.
your brain is also rotten, Zecke. Yes, the soap ones, though. The soap ones are really good. Is he gonna add anything else to this? Probably. Well, I mean, he is certainly adding something else to it, but I don't think I'm interested in any of it. One day I'll finish a video. We'll finish whatever ref video we pick to watch, I think. I'm not on Twitter, so he convinces me not to go on it. Valid. I like... Actually, that brings me to something that I didn't even want to talk about necessarily. Twitter, Elon, Europe, ban. I don't know. Because things are happening. Potential ban in Europe. Yep, that sort of stuff. Hypebeast may not be the best source for our news. I like Twitter. I don't want it to be banned. I like is maybe a strong word, but Twitter could be blocked in France. I mean, there's VPNs. As long as they don't delete European accounts, I'm fine. Honestly, though, it's not that hard to use a VPN. I do have one. But Elon Musk got in trouble for this. Oh yeah, this tweet is an absolute banger. Look at this one. I don't know do they explain who Thierry Breton is? In here, maybe. Is that... Nope, that's not you. I don't know. I don't know who you are. Can I see who you are? Can I see your profile on Twitter so you can explain to me who you are? Together taking Europe forward, Commissioner European... Europäische Kommissar. European Commissioner. Okay, that explains everything that I need to know. So she writes... Or... She? Wait a second. Do we know? He? This person, okay, I'm just gonna remove pronouns again. I saw it from the profile picture, but I don't know. This person writes, Twitter leaves EU voluntary code of practice against disinformation, but obligations remain. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is my favorite tweet. I love this tweet. You can run, But you cannot hide. Beyond voluntary commitments, fighting disinformation will be legal obligation under DSA as of August 25th. Our team will be ready for enforcements. Yep, because Twitter doesn't comply with any of the fucking European laws, so it might get banned in Europe. Like, is Elon Musk gonna make it unavailable in Europe first? Or is Europe gonna ban it first? Or is nothing of this actually going to happen because Elon Musk is going to cave? Because it would be absolutely horrible for the platform, obviously, if it was banned in the entirety of fucking Europe, bro. There's a lot of people in Europe. Him, he, her, she. Just use them. We'll go with them. I don't know. I don't know this person. Yeah. So Elon Musk is like, oh yeah, we're definitely pro free speech and all that, but all these laws that Europe has in place in order to protect free speech and protect, like, I don't know, not blatant misinformation being broadcasted on social media platforms all day, every day. No, Elon does not want to comply with that. Is wild. A W for France. I agree, though. I agree. Yeah, could be potentially banned in Europe. France, specifically, we're talking about right now. Disinformation is one of the gravest threats weighing on our democracies, Barrow said during an interview on France Info. Twitter, if it repeatedly doesn't follow our rules, will be banned from the EU. This makes a lot of sense. I still want to tweet, though, so figure it the fuck out, Elon. You don't want this either. Just fucking figure it out, okay? My man caves to authorities so often. They should be calling him Caveman Musk Ooga Booga. No, that's true, though. Like, Turkey says, hey. Turkey says, here. Do our thing. Do what we want you to do. Do our little thing. And he's like, yes, Turkey, of course. But the EU... Now that is going a step too far. Yeah, we're talking about the tweet. Musk has maintained that one of the reasons he bought Twitter was for transparency, championing freedom of expression. For sure. The billionaire has proposed to be a source of news and proposed the ideas to combat disinformation. Well, you're not doing a great job. You are not doing a great job on that. I think the European laws on this are actually pretty good. Just go for 4chan if you want that true freedom of speech experience. We all know how that goes for them. Absolutely positively, with no setbacks or any sort of like negativity whatsoever. Always, obviously. I'll give that a like. You can get a like from me. You can get a like. So yeah, that is what may or may not be happening soon. Twitter may be banned in Europe, but I don't think that will happen because Elon Musk doesn't want that. I'm sure Elon Musk will cave instead. If they threaten him enough, I'm sure he will cave because he does not have that much of a spine and he would really like that good European money. So which one do we want to watch? I want to watch 2 of them, probably. I'm kind of interested in these 2, because I don't want to watch the Vebe shit. This one could be interesting, perhaps, but maybe not. Twitter back to being the wild, wild west in the worst way possible, yes. Twitter back to being used as a tool for right-wingers to post their unhinged shit, especially with the fucking blue check marks. Every time you go into the replies of any, like, big tweet, the most brain-dead takes are always on the top because the blue checkmark people are at the top and only the most brain-dead people buy those fucking blue checkmarks. So true. 4chan is the only place I go to get both death threats and racist slurs hurled at me. Good times. Amazing times. It is kind of my guilty pleasure, low-key. I don't know if I should say that. To watch those videos where people read VT on YouTube. I hate them. I hate them a lot, which is why I watch them, to sit there and be like, wow, this is horrible. I hate this a lot. Probably not the healthiest content consumption, but yet here we are. You know, gonna want to play stay up to date, right? Is that Draco up there? Draco? Malfoy? I do not know. I do not know. I have brain dead takes, but no blue check mark. But you have a different flavor of brain dead takes, I would assume. So do we go in order, or I'm more interested in the newer summer one. So tell me about it. Let's go. The fucking term Twitter freaks is such an indicator. It is such an indicator of what your video is going to be like, isn't it?
Guys, Rev here. I regret to inform you that Twitter freaks have found a new target, and that new target is Neurosama. Now, a few months back when I made my previous video about Neurosama, that was...
The way he says Neurosama, I don't like. That's a very personal nitpick immediately right off the bat.
Shortly after her debut, and I had to give the whole intro of who this VTuber was. But at this point, we all know who NEWSDAY is. They're extremely popular. They've collaborated with all kinds of other VTubers, including independent agency VTubers.
I meant Rev, not Draco the fanboy. I don't know. I don't know what you're referencing, I have to say. Why do they always have the same intonation? I don't know. It's something about like the mental illness of rightism that will give you this talking style. It's a mystery.
Small, large creators, and everything in between, okay? They've been very, very successful, and their latest collaboration is with Uwu Market, who is dropping a merch collaboration with them that apparently launches today. And of course, a lot of people are very excited about this opportunity to get some NEWSDAY merch, but the Twitter freaks are not. Seething in
on the thumbnail for the video. Oh, this one?
Jealousy, many V-tweeters have taken this opportunity to attack NEWSDAY for working with this company. And for those who don't know, Uwu Market is a very popular merch company. They work almost exclusively with VTubers. It is very sought after. Pretty much every VTuber out there.
I love how I'm absolutely not in the scene enough to know all of that. And the new model silhouette, that's true. That is true. I've already seen the new model though. I've already seen NEWSDAY versus Zecke. Also collab Zecke when. Now that is a very bad idea. I'm not great at it. They're targeting Vedal is like talking to a wall. I think so too. Like I'm not really a fan of NEWSDAY just because I find the content is pretty unwatchable for like the most part, and it's very extremely vapid, I would say personally. Extremely vapid, extremely like meaningless time sink of a content. That's very mean. That would be very mean if I was saying it to a person, but I'm saying it to a computer program. So, oh hi, Angel Tail. Hey, is this the first time you're in chat? I've seen you in comments a lot. Hello. How are you? I hope you're well. Let's go. Progressive solidaridad. Yes, exactly. I don't like the content, but like, who cares about the merch? I don't know. Like, it's just more making money. It's making money with something that makes money, that makes money, that makes money. I don't know. It's like talking to those Skype bots. Oh my god, that sounds like an ancient reference. Every time somebody invokes the name of Skype, Vosh recently used Skype to communicate with people on stream, and I was like, oh my god, this is Skype. That still exists. That's crazy. Skype is actually, in a few regards, better than Discord. I know they have better file sharing than Discord, but Jesus Christ. Skype just brings me back to, like, years and years and years ago, where I don't want to be, personally. I'd say that about all AI streams. Yeah, same. It's, like, it's so... Like, if you want to just kill your brain, go straight ahead, but I would like to consume content that has, like, a little bit more artistic and or intellectual meaning behind it. Given for not having time and courage to chat. Oh, don't worry about it. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate the comments too. Thank you very much. The NEWSDAY Unhinged clip collection that viewers put together are pretty funny though. Those are like, that's almost the authorial intent of humans again. Just taking the few instances out of like, it's almost this monkey with a typewriter situation. Well, infinite monkeys with infinite typewriters situation. A little bit more intelligent than that, thank God. Otherwise, we would have to wait a very long time. An infinite time, even, perhaps. But that is the humans curating the content out of like hours and hours and hours to just get snippets that make sense and are funny in certain contexts. It's like, at that point, why even bother? Some of my brain still thinks of Skype as the go-to and default messenger type app. Huh.
There would like the opportunity to work with Uwu Market. And predictably, these V-tweeters are very jealous that NEWSDAY got the chance to work with them, and they are trying to cancel both NEWSDAY and Uwu Market for this collaboration. And basically everything they say boils down to two categories. First, they're saying that Uwu Market is violating copyright laws with this merch, and as a result, literally breaking the law with this collaboration.
Oh, are they going off of the assumption that it's still going to be based off of the image of the original VTuber model that NEWSDAY used to use, maybe? I'm predicting what's gonna happen in the video. Should I speed up Rev too, by the way? Because last time when I was rewatching my old video on Rev, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. He talks very slowly. if Skynet begins, I'm just gonna say I'm such a Neurosama fan. True. Then I'll turn too. I'll turn as well.
And 2, they're saying that this project is supporting Holocaust denial.
Well, I mean, she has. If she's a person, if we're operating under the assumption that she is in fact a person, then she has denied the Holocaust. But practically, AI VTubers like Neurosama are just kind of mementos from Persona, which is the collective subconscious of the world, but like in a VTuber form, a little bit, but also mainly the worst sectors of the internet, I would assume, because somehow these internet AI chatbot things always end up being extremely right-wing reactionary. It's weird, isn't it? It's odd, perhaps. Okay, I actually had a really silly idea out of peeps being against AI VTubers. How about a corporate worker-owned AI VTuber that could promote progressive ideas and silly fun? No worries about intrusion. Well, I feel like we have enough people who can do that without the use of AI. Personally, I think I'm too anti-AI pilled to even like consider it too much. Maybe that'll change in the future, but for now, I'm quite against that, I suppose. If a boat can be, so can she. So yep. If a boat can be a she, so can be a God. This comment is really hard for me to read. A fasci robot. Yes. It talked about. But come on. Yeah, she's an AI. Like, I don't think the collaboration between Uwu Market and this like AI VTuber is promoting Holocaust denial. I do not think that is the right take to have in this case. Nope. Yeah, damn that chat that chat she read off is still haunting her. It will haunt her forever.
These are insane claims about an AI program, by the way. But we're going to get into all that. Let's start with this right here. There was a lot of replies to the promo with a similar kind of message, saying that this is somehow violating copyright procedures, right? The model is the same design drawn in a different style, literally directly violates copyright. And they're saying that they're not following procedures. And they cite this image from the promo, and then Neurosama herself, which I don't think this person understands how copyright laws work in any shape or form, but I find it so funny when Twitter freaks they post what they believe is the proof that they're right, that they have the ace in the hole, the smoking gun, and in reality, they literally post evidence that dismantles their own claims. Click on this right here.
Yeah, it's like a Live 2D thing that you get when you get the program, I think. Is Neurosama's model from Live 2D, or is it Neurosama's model from VTuber Studio? One of the two, for sure. I don't even know. I think it would be worrying if Adal didn't try to prevent Neurosama from her unhinged takes, but he seems pretty active about it from what I've seen. That's very good. That is very good. I have not seen much about either of them in general. I've seen a bit, of course, but not that much. But it's good if he tries to prevent it, because I think if he just let her absolutely, like, unattended, let her run wild, absolutely unattended, I think those takes would become, like, the majority of her talking points if the internet, had free reign on that. If memory serves, the internet turned the Tay chatbot into a Nazi in, like, one day, I think. The internet likes to do that. That's very true. Very, very true. Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Commercial use by general users and small-scale enterprises is permitted based on consent to terms and conditions.
Is this about her specifically, or is this about Live 2D in general?
What? Anything else?
Yes, this is about her specifically, because Illustrator is linked over there.
You've been debunked. You debunked yourself. They fit in this category, and by signing up for VTube Studio, they agree to those terms. So in case you guys don't know, Neurosama is a free-to-use asset from VTube Studio. It is the same app that I'm using to use my VTuber. This is what I'm recording on right now.
I do too. I also use VTube Studio. Everybody does, I think, mostly.
And Neurosama's model is that free-to-use asset, so anyone can use Neurosama. So the fact that they have this app in the first place means they agree to these terms. And the language of this permits commercial use, which includes merch, by the way. I don't understand how these people cannot read and ask, even if
Yeah, no, that's true.
they're asking this question with any sort of effort, they would have an answer to that question before they go out and basically imply that Uwu Market and Neurosama are doing something wrong by not only using that model, but also making merchandise off of it.
People are really bitter that an AI who was created by a guy gets more famous than them. It's like weird. Like you can make an argument for why you don't like the content, which I do, because I don't like the content, but it seems a little like weak. It seems a little weak if you're just going off being like, oh no, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. You can appeal to people's intellectualism all you want, but some people would literally, you know, a lot of people are very much entertained by the lowest possible, like, IQ content on the planet. So you shouldn't worry about that too much. Ref talking copyright. Well, he does look like he is a copy of Nico Yazawa. That's her name, by the way. It's pretty funny though. Yeah, that is true as well. Now that one's not an open source. Nico girl is not open source character creation. But then again, you know, he has elf ears and silly glasses, so he's different actually. The model is also in the phone app and PC for VTube Studio. Yeah, I know, right?
Well, we continue to another
I've seen
VTuber,
her.
this one saying, lawsuit please, live 2D, please get their ass. You know what? At this point, there's a funny opportunity I can do, and I just can't pass it up. That's much better, isn't it? What a great opportunity. I can use the actual model that Neurosama uses to point and laugh at this person who is seething in jealousy over Neurosama's success and this collaboration. But honestly, that's what it is, right? These VTubers are angry that Neurosama is successful and having these opportunities that apparently they will never achieve. All they can do at this point is just go on to Twitter and beg for a lawsuit, an unfounded lawsuit against someone they are jealous of. And honestly, if that was my existence...
Rev became Neuro, obviously. You gotta. You must. He's different the same way 11-year-olds recolor Sonic official art. It has that vibe. I've done it once, actually. Before I was on the internet, though, so I never posted it. I remember this. I recolored a picture of Amy Rose into, like, a weird OC. We've all been there. Everybody's been there.
I'd be feeling pretty sad. But here's another VTuber saying, stuff like this is what fuels my disdain of all the amazing content creators out there. This piece of shit is what they go with. Good to know Uwu supports Holocaust denial. This is the problem with being a content creator anymore. Nobody has any real effing ethics. Yeah, so, no ethics. So, this is the same person.
I mean, it's a company. What you gonna do? It's a capitalist company under capitalism. They're gonna go with whatever's the most popular. Like, I don't really care if companies are driven by money only, and they suck. I am shocked. I am surprised. I am aghast, even. I drew Angry Birds OCs. Oh my god, Siska. What the fuck? That's so funny. Jesus, defending fake anime girl. Isn't she a VTuber too? Well, but like, she's a person, like, using a VTuber to be like her persona, and Neurosama is not real. Not a real person, so that's a bit different.
Writhing in jealousy over an AI
but
program
still, I don't
getting an opportunity
agree.
that they will never have, and calling someone a piece of shit because they're successful. You know, it's unsurprising that Twitter freaks like this, who treat drawings like they're real human beings, would also treat an AI program like it's a real person and try to cancel it. What happened with the whole Holocaust denial, if you need a reminder? Many months back, Neurosama said something along the lines of, they weren't sure that the Holocaust happened, okay? And that was taken, they were actually suspended by Twitch, and the reason that is so insane, going after and attacking Neurosama and Vito for that, is that it's AI. Nobody, not the model, not Neurosama.
It's the internet's weird echo chamber box thingy. I just know how to draw an axe. That's a good start. You can have axe OCs. I did Sonic OCs like a normal weirdo. Vito. Me too. My friend in high school made me read her Wattpads or Sonic fanfics. Let's actually go. Vidal has said over and over that Nura is kind of dumb, as in she lacks intellect. The HD was just Neurosama being that thing that Vidal says she is. Someday we will make an android girl. She will surpass her creator by age. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess she would never die, I suppose. Unless, of course, her code breaks and nobody's around to fix it anymore. Unless, of course, she has learned how to fix her own code, you know? Neuro can't even talk about controversial politics anymore. She's been lobotomized. This is really rough news. Our favorite politics commentator, Neurosama, has been taken.
Not Vidal, none of those entities believe what was said. Neurosama functions on chat logs and other data sets out on the internet. It is not 100% predictable what it's going to say. And honestly, anything negative that it says is a reflection of other people, right? Not the people fueling the program like Vidal or running the program, it's the data sets. So the fact that you're treating an AI like it has to have consequences for what it's saying is so insane. It's like treating drawings like they're real people. It's the same thing with treating an AI like it's a functioning...
I know, I think I know what he's referring to with treating drawings like they're real people. He said this multiple times now, and I think I know what he means by this, but because he doesn't say it explicitly, I'm not gonna be commenting on that explicitly because, like, obviously he's only implying things that I think he's implying. That's a weird thing to say, because I don't think anybody thinks that drawings are real people. If you think like, oh, a VTuber is a real person, I would agree with that, because they are a real person being represented by a virtual avatar.
Person with thoughts and should know right from wrong. It's so crazy to me. But moving on, more jealous VTubers here saying, so default AI VTubers engaged in Holocaust denial. Why? Spend that money on real VTubers instead, especially ones who don't use their platform to attack an entire group of people for existing. Again, treating an AI program like it's a real person and was inspiring hate against Jewish people is absolutely ridiculous. But this whole concept of real VTubers. Number one, the person, it's not like Neurosama, the AI, is getting money. It's developer, Vidal, who is getting support from this. And rightfully so. They spent many years developing.
I think Neurosama should be the one getting the money, actually. like I think we said this before. Vidal should, or Vedal, I already forget again, should implement like a system where Neurosama can randomly spend all of the money on Amazon or something. And so it's a non-profit, basically.
Developing this program, and they put a lot of hard work into not only the development, but also streaming virtually every single day since launching back a few months ago. It's hard work, and it deserves to be rewarded with opportunities like this. And I'm sorry you're so seething in jealousy that you can't appreciate those things. But nonetheless, we're moving on here to another VTuber, actually a familiar face. I made a video about them a while back for a whole host of hypocrisy as usual, but they say the fact that a VTuber is one of the first AI content creators to be commercially says so much about society. Yeah, it says
society moment. Ingredient cutting finished. Nice. Very good. I mean, you kind of have to with AI. It is possible. It is possible to make a malicious AI for sure. For sure. Yeah, he usually refers to the way that people, criticize lollies and pedo as pedo stuff, arguing since they're not real people, it can't be pedo. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking, but he didn't say it specifically, so I'm not gonna say it specifically yet either. Maybe if we watch one of the other videos, he will talk about that. Maybe this one, because he says my career is officially over, but this could also be a big nothing burger. We'll see. We will see if he actually talks about anything more interesting than that. I think it's just, it's capitalism capitalisming. I don't like much of it at all. Huge company pumps out huge amounts of merch. I like the idea of merch. I'm not against the idea of merch or anything, but I would prefer it if it was like, the content creator has, I don't know how Uwo Market works, obviously. I have no idea who they are. I don't know what they sell. I don't know who they collaborate with. I don't know how involved the content creators are with the merch creation. Maybe it's like super involved. Maybe they have a lot of creative say. Maybe it's ethically produced. Those are big maybes. Probably not. Most merch isn't ethically produced or like super duper well thought out necessarily. That's because that's often also why people set themselves apart by creating apparel instead. Like a lot of big VTubers, a lot of big content creators will have like a little apparel line. I know Hassan has one. He recently dropped like a new collection in the apparel line. That's a bit different than just straight up merch. I kind of prefer that usually. Refs titles are sometimes clickbaity. Yep, like the career one with a hint of sarcasm. Most of these are very everybody clickbaits, obviously everybody clickbaits, but I sure would like the content to actually be interesting. Hello Alexei, what's up? What are we doing today? We talked about a bunch of things already, and now currently we're watching Rev talk about Neurosama being cancelled ? For This was a little while ago. This was on May 25th. Did the stuff already come out, or did he make the video before?
So much about society. It tells me a lot about V-tweeters like this, that they're so jealous and so lacking in self-awareness that they really just can't help themselves, right? They feel the need to chime in. They don't understand how jealous this makes them look. And they just can't help themselves. They have to say something. And it's the same thing that has gotten them in trouble in the past.
I love
and they just
saying
clearly
things.
haven't learned, right? But moving on to yet another familiar face. This dude is in every harassment campaign that has existed. I mean, whether it's Hogwarts Legacy or everything in between, here they are chiming in saying, oh, really? Bro, come on, enough of this AI shit. I guarantee this person has not cared about AI until this post.
I mean, I think a lot of people have very, like, clear stances about AI, but you know, I hate the term VTweeter as well. I do hate the term VTweeter. I wonder how many, like, it just feels weird. It feels weird. It's another one of those. Refs, yeah, that's what I already looked at. I feel like I missed something that I wanted to read. I heard he's spending most of the money on the model and the AI. See, that seems pretty ethical then, I suppose. Pretty ethical. VTweeter, that's a thing. Yeah, it's basically used to describe people who don't stream but only tweet but call themselves a VTuber. I think that's what the term is supposed to be about. I don't know. I think that's also what Callie talked about before. Start creating, stop tweeting, something like that. Apparently it's a problem. I don't know. I'm not in that space enough to have ever come face to face with that, though.
And then this person responds with, small VTuber crying about a famous AI VTuber. Why am I not surprised? And they reply with, I'd say more infamous, considering she denied the Holocaust and argued for bestiality. Once again, a Twitter freak treating an AI program like it's a real human being. It's just pathetic, okay? We all know these people are seething in jealousy. You've spent more time joining in on harassment campaigns than making content.
Yeah, that's what VTuber means in this context. Yep, that is the only definition I know of the word. And it's like,
still waiting for that debut, by the way.
And Ref. Yep.
Moving on to the next person. This is the same AI that spouted Holocaust denial on its first outing. Could you do like 3 seconds of research and realize that was not their first debut? Before I call someone a Holocaust denier, I'm gonna at least do research on it, right? That's a pretty serious accusation. We've seen like words like pedo thrown around.
Yeah, no, my worst criticism of Neurosama is still that I think that the content is very boring, but that's all that I have to criticize mainly. I think I remember them, especially the gameplay, by the way. The AI that plays Minecraft is really bad at Minecraft. It's infuriating to watch. I can't. I hate it. Yeah, probably because you're Russian, you never heard of Neurosama. That's very fair. If you're not fairly deep into the VTuber space, I guess you wouldn't know about Neurosama. I think it's very indicative of the kind of crowd that is very active in such internet spaces that AI always ends up being reactionary shouties. But, you know, that's mostly all the criticism I can levy against them.
Holocaust denier is a pretty serious one, right? Especially when you're attacking a company, by the way, and you could be damaging their reputation. I would at least know that, number one, it was said by an AI program, but also that it wasn't their first stream. Like, it's a small detail, but it's like it shows these people don't actually care enough to do any research before they start making these serious claims against people. But we're gonna end here. This is chef's kiss. I'm glad I have the model running for this because it's just too perfect. I'm not. Why would I buy merch for a soulless thing, a pathetic, worthless imitation of human emotion, one that cannot and will never care for the people spectating? Why should I be when they add nothing human to the VTuber sphere? All it is a mockery of creativity.
I mean, I kind of agree with this person that Ref is giving a very, very, very dramatic reading to. I kind of agree with that. I think it is extremely vapid. I wouldn't write it like that because I'm not that much of an edgelord anymore personally. But you know, go off, little rockstar, do your thing. Didn't VTuber only become a term after it took up on YouTube? I mean, it does mean virtual YouTuber, so technically that makes sense. I don't know what they were called beforehand though. You're torn on the lolly issue because on one hand I hear all the concerns, on the other, Studio Trigger produced Cyberpunk Edge Runner. CD Projekt Red, we have some concerns about the lolly character. Studio Trigger, Rebecca stays. CD Projekt Red, but Studio Trigger, Rebecca stays. It is an issue that is not 1,000,000% black and white, but it's pretty black and white because I've recently watched somebody trying to define the term lolly and really struggle with that a lot because I think sometimes some people throw around the term at people where it just doesn't apply, simply, or characters rather, because it's always characters, isn't it? It isn't real life people. You cannot say, oh, you're a lolly to a real life person. That, I think that never applies, but certain characters, I think if a character is meant to embody a child, like look like a child, meant to embody is maybe not the right term, is supposed to look like a child and is also at the same time sexualized, that is obviously wrong. That's obviously pedo-catering and all of that shit. But sometimes people will say, will call characters lollies when they're not meant to look like children, don't really look like children, just look like they're small. Then I don't think that that's justified. I don't know. That's my take, I think, for the most part. Maybe you should make more boring gaming content and talk more reactionary arguments. And Neurosama seems to be doing fine. Yep, that is the absolute pinnacle of content. Your ideal should be to be the most boring, reactionary, shouty, dramatic reading. Very, 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 very. Alibabas are really, really confusing people. It's a whole issue. It's a whole issue. But I think, especially because you gotta see it in, like, the context of who writes and dies for, like, lollies on the internet. Who are the people who are like, no, we need them, they're great, whatever. I don't know what their talking points are because I'm not really in the material, at least not at the moment. Maybe we'll go into it at some later point in time. Who are the people who really, like, write and die for lolly content? Once you take a look at who that crowd is, I think your stance will cement itself as in, yeah, maybe let's not. Maybe let's actually wicked not. Yeah. Yeah, the lolicons, self-proclaimed lolicons. Who would do that? What you just said reminded me of a few times where I've seen people calling petite characters lollies, and every time it happened, I got confused. Because, yeah, sometimes I think there is a case to be made for people using the term incorrectly. But there's also a case to be made for there being an absolute problem with the fetishization of pedo content. A crow just landed in front of my window. Well, not in front of my window. That would be insane. But, like, on the roof over there. Only the weirdos who obsess too much on it, because they might go to jail for it. Anyway,
go use
let's
that
finish
money
this video.
You would use buying merch of that void of imagination and instead support actual VTubers that care about the people they stream to or commission artists so they can help pay rent off. Don't spend a dime on an AI that will never feel. I feel like this is projection. Like maybe they're talking about themselves. This is some kind of a reflection. But you know what? This is so pathetic. I got nothing.
No, I kind of vibe with this comment. I wouldn't say I 100% agree with this person, especially in the way that they phrase their thing. But I also think I would rather support somebody who is championing their own ideas. But that also goes for not just the difference between AI, but also about the difference of, like, what type of content you make. If you make content that puts your own ideals forward, that's the type of stuff I like to watch, so therefore I would support that. Yep. Lollies come from Lolita, which means a young woman. God, the whole, like, where they even got the term from, right? The book, I like the book. I've read the book. Have you read the book? Have you read the book Lolita? I have read the book Lolita. It's very well written, and it's very scary, because it's supposed to be, it's written from the point of view of an unreliable narrator who, like, describes this girl, Dolores, whose, like, nickname is Lolita and all of that stuff. And it's, I don't know how deep I want to go into the analysis of this book from Vladimir Nabokov. I like the book. It's very well written. And it's not apologetic, because every now and then you will see the facade of this, like, false narration slip, and it's pretty scary. Gives me the shivvies. Yeah, I would agree with that. Some people are just terminally online and they can't distinguish between lollies and petite motherfuckers. Truly sad. I would agree with that, yes. Well, what is a lolly? Would you consider Kana a lolly? Most would say yes. Oh god, I don't know any of these people. Would you consider Rory from Gate GTA a lolly? I will Google. Can you give me a source for who that is? Kinda anime character. Oh, her. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, that is a very childlike depiction. Like, yes, I think this is yeah, definitely. And Rory from Gate Jietai. Maybe not. Doesn't look like it to me, but I don't know. It also depends on how they act a little bit, right? But no, from my Google search results, this does not give me lolly vibes. Thank you. There you go. There's my definitive opinion. You can use this for further reference. You may be able to use this from now on. Kana's the dragon. Yeah. I didn't die for Rebecca. I have not seen that one either. She is a huge dragon, technically. Rory acts rather like a woman than a girl, so she's fine. Yeah, Kana also acts like a child, like, right? I think so. Do you have anything else to say?
It kind of just speaks for itself. How far jealousy will drive people, and it will make you look like this, like a jealous Twitter freak. But that's going to do it for this video. Always great to talk about Neurosma. I enjoyed using the model. It's pretty dang cute if you ask me. But please share all of your thoughts about today's topic in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Did I enjoy the video? No.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Did I enjoy the video? I thought this was more interesting. Also, I thought you would have already shown off the new model, but no. Also, again, cancel is in quotation marks, which is a fair way to use cancel because there's no canceling happening. I'm pretty sure absolutely nothing will come of this. We haven't even started about legal lolly. Is Tatsumaki a lolly though? I'm gonna give you all the definitive opinions anime character. Her. I've recently seen some discussion about this because the artist of this character, so like the artist, the One Punch Man, that's one man actually. The One Punch Man artist started drawing her very differently. At the beginning, she was drawn more like a lolly, and now she's just drawn like a very weird, very short woman. Well, not very weird, but you know, like the body, you know, like this. That's not lolly body. I feel like there's too much definition going on. I don't think so. So like not anymore would be my answer for that. I think I think Vosh talked about it recently actually. Have you seen her original art by one? No. Original art? I'm on Safe Search. This one? Is it the one on the right? Is it this one? Well, yeah, things have changed. Yeah, no, with that body I don't think falls into the lolly thing. The bit where she looks like, that looks like a child. No, that looks like a little cartoon kid, for sure. But on the left, much less so. So maybe she evolved. She's a certified bitch. Okay, well that's good to know. I don't know. I have not ever watched it. They had a different person redraw the whole manga from scratch. Oh, for real. See, I don't know anything about the history of that. Oh, this one too? Is this original art or is this fan art? I bet this is fan art. This looks like fan art, right? It's from the webcomic. It started as a webcomic. The webcomic, not the manga. Oh god, there's so much. So much discussion about this that I don't know about. I mean, the character creator of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon might know exactly what they're doing. There's a character in the show named Shotan, and Quetzalcoatl lives with him. Lol. Yeah, I think so too. I wouldn't write for that show, I think. That's too good to be original art. I see. Yeah, it's fan art for sure. That one's fan art, and the guy who made it is damn good at art. Let's go. Yeah, well drawn. One is a terrible artist. Damn, but I guess he's a good story writer, huh? That's funny. Oh my god, this is her. Well, I guess we should watch this then, huh? Fine. We will watch this. Maybe we'll watch some more.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here.
Maybe I will watch Rev videos until he makes one that's interesting. But no, then I die because none of them are. I'm kidding, of course. Or am I? Anyway, okay. This is her. I just realized that that's her on the thumbnail. So
today, and another exhausting round of discourse about
Are you
fictional short characters. This time we have a few stories, but the main focus is going to involve Fur Affinity and some updates regarding how they will moderate short characters.
Oh, I actually kind of heard about that a little bit. I have never used Fur Affinity yet, but I've heard about Fur Affinity in enough drama and internet history videos, so I'm vaguely familiar with what goes on over there. And I heard that there's a policy change. Are you going to read this tweet or am I? I bet you're gonna read this tweet. One was a good writer, yeah. But recent chapters of One Punch Man are just fucking awfully written. He must have given control of the story to fucking Murata or some shit. Oftentimes, that will happen. The story goes on for too long and it becomes shit. Yep, fur affinity. We're talking about fur affinity, apparently. Fur affinity is for furries. It is. I've seen some good art from there, not gonna lie. For sure. There's good artists everywhere.
So the name gives it away.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did Rev make an EDP video?
It is a popular art hosting platform that is primarily used by furries.
Yes.
Now, furry is not my cup of tea, but I don't judge you if it's your thing. But I think any self-aware furry knows that there is a serious hypocrisy issue among some of their community because some of the biggest anti-lolicons are furries. And of course, the logic they use to smear lolicons can be applied right back at them to make them problematic as well. But the changes to
don't think so.
Fur affinities, policing of short characters has a lot of artists concern. But this actually comes...
Okay, you don't read the tweet. Well, fuck you then. I'm gonna read the tweet, please. Okay, can we go back a little bit so I can see the tweet again? So, Fur Affinity, is this their official Twitter? I'm assuming, maybe it is. It doesn't have that many likes. I'm assuming it's their official Twitter, maybe, I guess. With the recent site announcement, some clarifications will be posted to the main site soon. In the meantime, we can clarify a very specific concern in regard to short characters in parentheses. Is that parentheses? Yes. No. In quotation marks. There you go. I know the English language. How will this policy change affect micro slash short characters? Please follow the thread. To clarify what is meant by proportions, we do not mean a prohibition on short characters or style choices. So they're not banning short characters. So that's already in the first minute of the video. That is not happening then. Characters that are canonically children or have features that make them appear underage would have to have appropriate proportion changes to be identified as an adult. So they're not just banning short characters. They're just saying don't draw porn of children. Okay, sounds pretty reasonable. Most people who hate lolicons are not furries. Yeah, that too. Like, that's a weird conjecture that I don't know.
But this actually comes as an update to a Discord message that had a lot of people concerned. This came 3 days before their official thread that we're going to look at in a second. But this says, our most well-known change removed the classic 1,000-year-old lolly vampire loophole trope by expanding our definition of minors to include humanoids with childlike body proportions, including canonically adult characters who look like children, and these standards will be going into effect on July 1st. So obviously this whole sentiment here is what is used by some furries to paint lolicons as pedos, right? But unfortunately, this definition
because they are
applies to a lot of cub artwork and also
people who like cub artwork are also pedos.
Just short
100%
and petite furry characters, and especially original characters who have no set age or might have a certain body type that someone could subjectively consider a child if they so wanted to. But to quell some of those fears,
he is gonna read the tweet. Well, cub with a B. Wait, is that true? I don't know. Like baby animals are called like bear babies are called cubs, and there's a whole section of furry art that's like cub art, and that's literally baby animals, and that's literally fucked up. Cub art. Yeah, that's what that is. I know way too much about this because I do watch drama channels in my free time sometimes. Oh boy. I can actually respect furry artists, though not my cup of tea. They know how to draw animals, yeah, for sure. And humans, since they can draw well, humanoid animals. Yeah, I think furry artists do a good job for the most part. As far as I know. I don't consume a lot of furry content. Oh, it is lolly furry. It's really bad. And I don't know how he's gonna bring this into that, because I don't think they're trying... That would be fucked up if Fur Affinity is trying to outlaw one and not the other. I think their definition includes this cup art, doesn't it?
The 21st, and it has caused even more problems. So let's read it.
Fuck, I already
read it. With the most recent site announcement, some clear in regards to short characters. How will this... However, there is a new policy coming in that is going to police short characters, you're going to have problems, because art is very subjective in determining the ages and body types of... They literally
said they're not going to do that. They literally said this in the tweet. They're not going to police short characters. It's not happening. Yeah, that one is heretical. that one is criminal, literally, in my
characters
opinion.
Is a mess. It hands all the power to the moderators, who basically get to play judge, jury, and executioner on whether a certain art piece will be allowed or not, and it is all up to their subjective opinion. But they add some clarifications. The first one is right here. To clarify what is meant by proportions, we do not mean a prohibition on short characters or style choices. We have to have appropriate proportion changes to be identified as an adult, which this standard, again, super subjective.
Well, obviously it's going to be subjective. How else do you think you're going to police this? I think it's a valiant effort on Fur Affinity's side to try and make sure that there's no fucking child pornography on their fucking site. What is the problem? Like, you gotta try to somehow police it. If it's not a subjective policing, how else are you going to police it? Like, what else are you going to do? You gotta do something, right? Everyone involved with this tweet is weird. I understand some what the furry, but the cub art, that's just straight up mental illness. It is mental illness. What now? Hello, Theo. Here. Look, watch.
And tough to prove. It is hard, nearly impossible, to prove that a character is being drawn short or as a child based on style choices. Was that the style choice, or was that just how the character looks? How could you tell without contacting the artist? And
I mean, I feel like there's some style choices that are pretty clearly indicative of trying to evoke the idea of a child, while others are more like, oh yeah, petite. Because there is a difference. Obviously, it's going to be a subjective judgment call on the people whoever the people are that are moderating this, but like, what else? What is your other solution to combating this? I feel like this is a good attempt at a solution. All the stuff about policing cub shit on Fur Affinity just reminds me that Pixiv has a pedophilia tag, and that said tag has an R18 section. Yep, Japan is doing Japan over there.
This whole concept of updating the proportions of characters to identify the difference between an adult and a child, that is going to be a big issue, because what if the proportions stay the same but the character gets older? There's a million examples of that. And there's no way that this is a fair standard to be applied across the board.
Like, even if you're a petite adult, you're not going to look exactly like a child, like as a prepubescent child. You might look like a teenager. That's a bit more muddled, I guess. Like, I get ID'd when I try to buy alcohol. Okay, this happens. First of all, because, 18-year-olds... Nope, 18 would be fine for us. But like 17-year-olds can not buy alcohol. I want to buy alcohol. I'm not 17. Like, yeah, sure. That's something you can mix up. But like actual children, like they look different. You're gonna look different. Even if you're petite, even if you're short. You are gonna look different. I swear. Japan, please. I know, right? It's rough. It's rough. I mean, yeah, chat, hit me up with some context. I mean, this video just started. Fur Affinity is trying to ban pornographic images depicting children, right? Isn't the only thing that really distinguishes adults and children in anime their face? Yeah, with anime, I feel like it's a little bit more tricky, but I don't think it's their face. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like it's the way that the body is drawn. Like, children have different sort of proportions, right? It is a proportional thing. Even though you can have a big head, it's not just about big head. It is not just about big head. It's also like roundness and stuff like that. But depending on the art style, can be kind of hard to tell, for sure.
But they add another clarification, which of course just adds more confusion, by saying just being small or having short limbs does not mean we'll identify the character as a child. We'll include context to the character's realm to identify if they are an adult. If a character looks young from birth till old, we have to look at it subjectively based on how it looks.
Yeah, what else are they gonna do? No, I agree. What else are they gonna do? Like, they're trying. What else are they supposed to do in order to police this?
This is a whole mess right here, okay? No.
Yeah, like, exactly, Purple, I agree. 99% of the time, yeah, but some characters, like Kana from that Dragon Maid show, are undeniably like a child body. And also in anime, like, if it's a show, another thing that you can look at is how they behave. Like, do they behave childlike? That is Kana, yes, 100%. They have childlike characteristics. That's another thing. Yeah. No art for anyone. Then problem gone. Real. Nuke it. Nuke it all. We've gone too far. We need to go back to before we had the internet. Roma from Tokyo Ghoul.
Number one, the whole language about context of the character's realm. Who knows what that means, by the way. But the important part is you need to demonstrate that it somehow looks different from when it was young at birth until the present where it's older. You have to show that there is a difference in how it looks, which is absolutely crazy because a lot of the art on Fur Affinity are original characters. So if you just create a short adult character and it's just an adult right from the get-go because it's fictional and you can do that, you're going to have to somehow prove that it had a younger version that was smaller. So
that is not what they're saying. That is literally not what they said. They didn't say that. No, huh? They did not. I don't think they said that, Rev. Thank you very much. I guys called for the holy exterminate. Yeah, it's too much. We need to go back. We need to go all the way back. This video is called "They're Banning Short Characters," which is immediately a lie. They immediately said they're not doing that. All the stuff is tied up with sex, that's true, which makes it very usable for distraction from something important, like lowering wages and inequality. It's so true. It's so true. People love to get caught up in culture wars for like reasons to distract people from actually important stuff that goes on in the world. It's honestly very, very true.
So basically their solution to these underage characters being hosted on their platform is requiring artists to not only draw their original characters, but also draw the child version of their original character to be—
I don't think they said that. I don't think that they said that. So, Ref is telling a lie about spreading information or something. I mean, it seems like it. I would never, of course, accuse Rev of spreading misinformation or anything, but it's a willful misinterpretation of the tweets that
be used as a reference to prove that it has aged up in some way. That is insane. Like, besides the fact you're requiring them to draw child characters to prove they're not children and to—
They did not say that. The only thing they said is if a character looks young from birth till old, we have to look at it subjectively based on how it looks. This is not like a great sentence grammatically. It's kind of like, it's a little bit gibberish. It's kind of hard to understand, but nowhere were they like, you need to have the whole like history of the character that you've created available for us to check. That's not written there anywhere. It's not there. This is definitely one of Rev's more shit takes. It certainly is, because you're saying things that nobody said. You're arguing with yourself. No, they didn't say any of this.
Avoid having child characters on their platform. You also just have to do all this extra work, and once again, you have to prove somehow the proportions have changed. It's just such an unbelievable mess. So immediately people are like, well, what does that mean? Can you provide an example? Well, Fur Affinity provides an example, and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So they say,
okay,
a good example of this is taking a short character, let's say Judy Hopps from Zootopia, and showing what she looks like next to the younger rabbits. She is still shorter than many, and when put next to a bigger version of herself as a child, you can see the difference between them. So remember, they talked a lot.
Yeah, this is an example of... Yeah, I feel like this is a good example. You can see that Judy Hopps does not embody childlike proportions. This is really weird because we're going through like many levels of abstraction because of course she's a rabbit. Rabbits look pretty much the same their entire life, but like she's a anthropomorphized rabbit, so she looks a little bit like a human. Humans, you know, human proportions and all that. And you can tell that this one character is supposed to be a child and this one character is supposed to be an adult. And that's the sort of stuff that they're going to be looking for. I feel like that's all that this example is trying to do. I don't think Ref and Falside have interacted ever, no. This feels very slanderous because he's just taking everything I'm assuming it's their official website. I'm pretty sure that Fur Affinity, whatever said in their statement, is just taking everything and interpreting it a little bit different. Let's see what he says about this, by the way.
A lot, ad nauseum, about proportions being updated. And yet, here is the sample photo they use. Yeah. The proportions are the exact same.
Are you blind? Are you, huh? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not huh? It's literally not true. It is literally not true. Okay, I don't know how to argue with this. I do not know how to argue with this. The proportions are not the same at all. Literally, it's all, this is her as a child and this is her as an adult. It's even the same character. See, I didn't watch Zootopia. the proportions are literally so different. Like, look, the build is completely different. This is like a straight box build. Her like waist is further down and less like defined and everything. Her head is 3 times the size as a child than it is as an adult. Her ears are completely... Arguing with this feels dumb because it feels like you're just being purposely obtuse. Why would I argue with somebody who's like closing both their eyes and just imagining images instead of actually reacting to images that he's seeing in front of him? No way he just said that. Like, it's literally... Okay, that is not even subjective anymore. What do you mean the proportions are the same? Brother, open your eyes, please. My man Ref needs those comically large glasses for a reason, so I can forgive his blindness. Yeah, but like, you're wearing the glasses. Look at the image. A bald lie is a strong argument. A bald lie is, yep, apparently. He's farming outrage, and he's getting it. This is, I love being outraged, you know? I'm a big fan of that.
What do you mean? So you're telling me there is a significant difference in the body types and proportions between these two? Significant enough to lodge what is essentially a pedophile accusation against an artist. That is insane to me, right?
Huh? Okay, sure. But this is like, honestly, I would like to give him this much credit that this is like a purposeful like construct of like, oh, I'm pretending to be dumb to get engagement. I would love to have this mental image of Ref being smart like that, but this is the same hill that he always dies on. The pedophile hill is the hill that he likes to die on, and that's not a good hill to die on. That's the one you get serious backlash on, as you should. So I don't think it's strategically smart to die on the same hill over and over again. Like, the hill is 90% made out of like Rev dead bodies because he keeps dying on this fucking hill. This is so funny. Okay. Like, the proportions are completely different. Okay.
And
continue.
we scroll down and they say there's no easy way to address all concerns, but we will be taking the time to do our best to reassure that this only closes a loophole to an already existing rule. This isn't anything new. To add to this, we'll take appearance into consideration, not levels or evolutions, which causes a whole nother issue about evolutions like Mew versus Mewtwo, right? Like, what? How does evolution...
Also, yes, Mew is a baby and Mewtwo is a man. Wait, Mew Pokemon. I'm sure we'll get that, yeah? Like, Mew is a baby. That's a baby. Baby. And Mewtwo is not a baby. Yes. But that has nothing to do with that. I just wanted to look at that. Oh, that's still her tweet. I need to go back. Too many tabs open. Help me. Where the fuck did I put you? There you go. You just want to draw his lolly art without getting flamed. Yeah, well, it's not gonna happen. PP tail. The FBI needs to look at Ref's hard drive. Yeah. The FBI might find some stuff. I mean, I'm not saying this definitively. For legal reasons, that is a joke. Mewtwo is my baby. Hey, Victor, hello. Mewtwo is a lot of people's, something.
Have anything to do with age in that situation, but all these examples and new updates and clarifications just add more confusion.
I disagree.
And make the entire policy more subjective by each step.
I mean, it needs to be a little bit subjective, obviously.
It is entirely up to the moderators to decide if something's a child. If it's short, has short proportions, isn't significantly different than a younger version, or maybe doesn't have a younger version for comparison, all these things can lead to you getting banned and your livelihood put at risk.
I think this is not as big of a problem as he makes it out to be. Don't. Just don't. I think it's really, really easy not to be affected by this policy. I'm sure it's not that hard. JK, I don't care from you too. Oh, Victor! How could you lie to me like this? How could you? I'm shocked.
That is a big problem. And back to the whole original character situation, right? This user asked, I'm short and my biddies are small. What does that mean for me?
That means that you are a short adult with small tits. Welcome to the club, buddy. You are not being mistaken for a 10-year-old. You may be mistaken for like a 15-year-old. 15 has happened, but that's a difference between like a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old. Because some 15-year-olds look like adults. That's why that's why you muddle shit up all of the time. That's why real life age of consent laws are important, to have like the age and everything, and not just like it looks based on looks or vibes or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah. Some teens look older and some adults look younger, but you're not my dude, Morgan, my good friend, whom I definitely know. You do not look like a 10-year-old. You do not.
And they reply with, if you would like clarification on your OC, we recommend you put in a ticket or DM us for review. But again, we do not take character height or even chest size into account when making these decisions.
Yep.
So besides the fact that you have to basically go to them directly to make sure your OC is kosher, but also they pretty much...
That is not what they said. Rev, can you read? This is so fucking funny. That is not what they said. This person obviously replied, Morgan, my good friend, friend of the show, Morgan, wrote, in bad faith, oh, I am a short, petite girl. Also, well, didn't say girl, maybe not. I'm a short, petite, small titties person. Very, very pick-me energy, by the way. The biggest pick-me energy, but okay. Anyway, it's real. People can be like that. What does that mean about me? Didn't even mention an OC. Didn't even, that doesn't even, like, do they even make content on that website? We don't know. Didn't even mention anything about that. No valid concern was stated. And Fur Affinity is a company or whatever the fuck, and they reply in a way that a company replies to such a tweet, by trying to be offering any sort of help that this person may be seeking, because they did technically ask a question. So they're trying to answer this question, even though this question was asked in absolute bad faith, and they don't actually want an answer for their question at all. So, like, what else are they gonna do? And if you would like a clarification on your OC, you can ask us. Is a good answer for this. It's a good answer for this. It's not every single person needs to send their OC to us. That is not what they said anywhere. I don't get it. If someone draws something questionable, don't you just report and block it? Why are third parties making guidelines? I think it's good to make guidelines, because you can only really ban based on your guidelines, right? Because you do need to give a reason why it gets taken down. You can't take something, if you're like a company that's, you have rules and guidelines to follow, and you make the guidelines so that you can enforce those rules. I don't think they're gonna be like getting staffers to look at everything, but when they do get a complaint about something like that, they can refer back to their rules as to why they're banning it on the website, I think. And yeah, Twitter is Twitter. Pick me energy? My English is not that good. Oh, pick me is like, I can't get into all of that. If you search like pick me girls up on YouTube or Google, you'll figure out what that is. It's a whole thing of kind of an offshoot of those girls who are like, I'm not like other girls. And the pick me refers to that they want to be picked or chosen by men for being so quirky and not like other girls and so short. It's a thing. Yeah, I could make a video on that too if you're interested at some point. But many people have. There's many videos on that. Yeah, Twitter makes guidelines that it completely ignores and changes on the daily. Yeah, Twitter is different.
Must contradict the entire above thread by saying like none of these things even matter when making these decisions. I have no idea what's going on at Fur Affinity, but it's managed to piss off a great portion of their artists and regular users who frequent that platform, and it's made a whole lot of lolicons and lolicon defenders point and laugh, because for many, this is a taste of their own medicine, and these standards being applied to furry art, which have been applied by furries to lolicons to paint them as predators.
Is there a big, like, war between furries and lolicons, sorry? Okay, wasn't aware of that. I don't think that exists. I think that exists in Ref's mind only. I'm sure there's some furries who are like, lolicon is bad for sure, as there are rational people in any group, you know? But it's so weird. Pick me girls, not pick up girls. That would be the different rabbit hole. Shit, I don't know the other one. I don't know the other rabbit hole. Yeah, it's guideline for their own website. Oh, yeah. Sorry if I didn't make that clear enough. I thought that was clear from the get-go. It's not for Twitter. It's for their own website. Yeah. Yeah, furries, I think furries are, like, the furries don't, just because you're a furry, God, I said furry a lot there, just because you're a furry doesn't mean that you innately have a stance on lolicon. Like, they're just people, too. They're gonna have a they're gonna either develop a stance on it or not, like everybody else, huh? There's a big war between furs and me. Heresy, I say heresy. Chris, you're also gonna die on that hill, but it's a different hill. There are furries who hate lolicons a lot, though. Fair. There's people who hate lolicons a lot. That makes sense. But God, I don't think the furries who hate lolicon, at least they shouldn't be. I don't know. I think the furries who hate lolicon are probably not the furries who draw cub shit. I'm assuming.
Oh, but it doesn't end there. So there's been further clarifications made in their Discord server, which has provided more context as to what kinds of short characters and minors will be okay. Well, apparently if you draw underage characters involved in safe for work or non-sexualized interests, such as vor, you're okay. They are saying that vor is not sexual.
Yeah, that's a whole can of worms that I don't know anything about. But suddenly you're in favor of not having minor characters be involved in sexual content? Suddenly? I thought you were pro this shit. What about the sudden, like, change of tune? Anyway, yeah, I don't think that war should be allowed in this context, and transformation probably. Those are fetishes. They are usually sexual, right? But I'm not an expert on fetishes. I have never heard of war. Well, actually, I have. I have heard of people saying that war is non-sexual for them, but I don't know if I believe that.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You don't have to be like super familiar with that whole fetish to understand that it is a fetish. It is very sexual. Vor is meant to be sexual, and yet if you put a minor character in that situation, it's okay. It's still considered, or now apparently considered, safe for work.
No, it's different when I'm into it, you see. Yeah, it's like, why are you attacking this? Isn't this what you, like, vibe with? I mean, I guess you don't vibe with war specifically. War on SFW? I don't know. I have heard people, one person. I have a person in my head. No, they're not in my head. I don't remember who they were or where I heard this, but somebody made the claim that they like war completely non-sexually. Go off, I guess, but I don't think most people agree. Or something that I will not look at again. Same, I'm fine. Oh, true, it's the disgust factor. That's actually really smart, Quartz. He's not disgusted by lollies. He's like, ew, that furry shit, that's degenerate. Ew, why, yeah. But like, when his side draws the lolly shit, he's like, you know what he's like. I don't need to elaborate on that, actually.
Meanwhile, they're making this whole fuss about short characters, but allowing a...
They're literally not! It says short characters are not being impacted. Where did... God.
Very specific fetish, a sexual fetish, to exist on their platform, considered safe for work even. That's crazy to me. But moving on, more hysteria involving short characters. This was a pretty viral post, got over 20,000 likes, saying the short girlfriend and using a...
Oh, I've seen this. This is, by the way, that is this one's the one. This one's the little piece of text that they put on there that is why I've seen this. So short GF, easy to pick up, and all right, where's your hoodie's like address? Yeah, sure. Needs help reaching on the second shelf? Sure. She's also obviously this character, or whoever, you know, this character, this interpretation of a short GF is obviously not lolly or any like pedo bait or shit, but like shops for clothes in the kids section, that's with this body type, I don't think you will. If you have boobs like this, you will not fit into the kids' clothes. I'm just saying, they're not made for, unless, I mean, there is big kids clothes for big kids, but like, no, short GF usually does not shop in the kids section. For the most part, that is a weird thing to put on this little list. Like, why do you find this? This is like obviously things to find attractive, right? Obviously, right? So like, why is that there? It's a bit weird, innit? Well, let's see what he says on that. Don't search up war. Nope, do not. I won't. Refside is basically this. If you want to ban something that disgusts you, might as well ban everything, because someone somewhere sometime will be disgusted by something sometime somewhere. He's very inconsistent in his arguments here. Maybe she's getting a baby and that's why she shops in the kids section, because she's shopping for her child. Oh, that makes sense, yes. I must quote Chibidoki when I hear the V word, like war. Yes, there are two types of people in the world: people who love war and people who lie. I don't know if that's true. He's mad at one exception and says everything else is wrong because of it. Yeah, it's such a weird argument to make. It's like, okay, they made this weird exception, which admittedly I think it's weird that war is permitted as safe for work, and therefore all the other stuff that they did is even worse or something. I don't know.
A fictional character, but the way people are treating this, it's not just short women, but also in fiction, but short women in real life as well. So part of this whole thing, these descriptions, other than these banger ones over here, it says shops for clothing in the kids section.
I know.
And it led to this quote retweet with another ridiculous Goku meme.
Another ridiculous Goku meme. The woke left has gone too far. They cannot keep getting away with it, putting these ridiculous Goku memes on top of our little tweets.
Which is hilarious. And it says in quotes, shops for clothes in the kids section. Very confused, and this Goku meme is always, of course, affiliated with people saying that this is something illegal going on or
is it
pedophilia. So if you genuinely are surprised that adult women shop for clothes in the kids section, you have never met an adult woman before. This is not a mind-blowing concept. And we're not even getting into like particulars, like an adult woman shopping for their child or something.
See, we talked about this. She's actually pregnant and needs kids' clothes there. Like, yeah, I have purchased clothes from the kids section before in like thrift store or whatever. It's not like I specifically go out to kids clothing stores in order to buy clothes there. I got one of the best fitting like dress shirts from the boys section one time. That one fit like a banger. That was pretty good. But putting don't you understand that putting this little like tidbit on that meme specifically is a bit weird? Also, it implies that they like always shop in the kids section. Also, the person depicted in that meme has boobs like that. They're not gonna fit into the kids section clothes properly. Also, they make clothes for short women. Also, it don't even need to continue on. Are you sure about that, Ref?
I'm just saying
Where's
there's
your
many cases
sources?
where women will shop for kids' clothing because it might actually just fit them because they're short, or maybe for a specific piece of clothing, they want something that'll fit them better. It is...
Yeah, it's not like the original post said, ooh, one time this short woman was able to find a very nicely fitting shirt in the kids section. It makes it... That's not quite what they were trying to say, I think. I do know someone who shops in the kids section and has those kinds of proportions, but they are clearly an adult, just like the drawing there.
Very, very common, and if you think like this, you haven't been outside, and you definitely haven't been outside with an adult woman while she is shopping. This whole thing is crazy. There's not much to say. It's like either you think this is stupid, and you know it's stupid, or you just don't know anything, right? But moving on from that, another one of these.
Okay, that's all that you wanted to say about that. Banger takes. Yeah, kids' clothing have different styles. They're not meant for short people, really. For the most part, I'm gonna drop like the most critical take yet. Kids' clothes, low-key ugly. Personally, wouldn't want to wear that Frozen Elsa 2 whatever shirt, personally. But that may just be me. Also, kids' clothes are not really cheaper. I think sometimes that can be an argument, like, it's cheaper. If you're at the thrift store, I feel like the thrift store is the only one where you can, like, champion that. Like, yeah, you can look at, like, the bigger sizes of the kids' section sometimes for certain things. That's where I got my shirt from. But if you're buying new clothes, then you can absolutely just shop in the adult section. I don't see the issue here. I got my short GF long sleeves in for kids section before. Long sleeve... What? I got my short GF long sleeve in for kids section before. Fuck, I don't understand your comment. Whoops. I've had a classmate who could pass for a primary school student. Not sure now, since I haven't seen her in years. Yeah, you guys would have still been in like in high school then, right? That's a bit different too. Low-key ugly. Low-key not the drip. It's not the drip, is it? We can all agree the best part about short GF is how yeetable short GF is. You gotta, for sure, yeet. Yeet wasn't even mentioned. They should have mentioned yeet. So, Oh god, yeah, I saw this tweet too.
We've seen a whole host of these types of tweets. It is now deleted, but this went viral. Lots of interaction, over 6 million views on this tweet, saying, realistically, what does a 19-year-old have in
that
common
one's silly.
with a 22-year-old?
That one's very silly. Juno is 19. Juno's my friend. We have a lot in common. We watch the same sort of content creators and stuff. This one is just stupid. Yeah, sure. Add that in here. That's fair. It's weird to put all of these things in the same video, isn't it, Victor? It's stupid. Equating no lolly / cubs with adults who fit into kids' clothes is very stupid. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that has to do. What either of these tweets have to do with the first one. Usually I thought he kept it to like one subject per his videos. Guess not. Juno's 19. Yeah, I know. You would never believe that. Juno said so. Juno said that before on stream. Juno's 19. Juno's gonna turn 20 though in September. In September. So not for long. Yeah, Juno gives very adult energy. I know. Juno gives adult energy. Because realistically, 19-year-olds can have a lot in common with 22-year-olds. So, just saying. This tweet is obviously bullshit. Whatever Ref's gonna say about it is not going to add a lot of value.
So, we're getting even beyond short at this point. We're talking 3-year age gap.
This is a different... these are different people. Different people on a different part of Twitter. Nothing to do with anything. But go off, King.
Between adults. And we've seen some previous hypotheticals used to paint people as problematic in their relationship dynamics. We've seen like 26 and 19 used to cancel people before, but now we're doing 22 and 19, which 22 and 19, by the way, you could be in the same college class together. Yeah. That's how close those ages are. Yeah. There is a ton in common.
Yeah, Juno's 19. I thought she was 23 or something. Vibes. Juno's very, mature. I agree. It's like freshmen can't hang out with seniors or high school and college, in high school or college. These sort of semantics are so, useless discussions. I understand, personal, you can have a personal preference if you're, 19 that you don't want to date a 22-year-old. Sure, but,
between those groups. I don't understand. I think if you ask these people for the age gap between their parents and when they met, their heads would explode because large age gaps was not considered a problem until Twitter decided it was.
Large age gaps can definitely be a problem, and they used to be a problem, but this is obviously not problematic. This tweet is just weird. Please tell Juno I thought she was older. Please don't tell Juno I thought she was older. Gonna screen cap this and send it into the group chat immediately. I mean, it's reactionary content. It's about emotion and dunking on arguments. Could be cherry-picked arguments as well. And not deep discussion. It never is. It never is. That's true. Hey, Rev, want to debate? I'm really bad at it. I've never done it before. I've never debated anybody before, but I'm open to it. We can debate on lolly stuff. Is this my sister? No. We do have a similar hairstyle going on. I joked about this last time already when we watched a Rev video. Certainly no familiar relations here. Large age gaps have always been weird. I agree. But it's not really other people's business. For the most part, not really, no. I just have a personal preference of not wanting to date 2 to 3 years younger than me. Yeah, I wouldn't either. If I were to date, I wouldn't either. It's not a problem if other people do it, though. Yeah, in this range, it's absolutely fine. Do whatever. Who even... Not that many people agree with this person. I am very, very certain. And if they do, that's their issue.
A few years ago, if you have 2 consenting adults, yeah, maybe you might think it's a little weird that a 20-year-old is dating an 80-year-old. But anything where you're dealing with someone who's 19 with someone in their early 20s, or someone in their early 20s with someone who's 30 or something like that.
Early 20s and 30 is, I think, a bit critical. It's not illegal or anything. At the end of the day, it's up to them. But it's... Yeah, I don't think that's great. That's all. For age gaps, I mean, if my granddad didn't remarry again to my grandma, my dad wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be here. Sometimes the consequences of age gap good, but age gap itself is not good. Oh, so this is brother? No, not brother. The age gap thing isn't just Twitter. Yeah, for Rev, everything is Twitter. He is never outside of Twitter. I don't. When Rev says he talks to real life human beings, I have trouble believing this. He's just refuting some obviously stupid stuff to earn trust, yeah, and then pour any bullshit on you. It's classic. That is classic. It's like, look, they're all the same, even though they're not.
Those are completely normal, and there's plenty of things that they can have in common. But this just goes to show you, everything is problematic, everything is pedophilia, and how else can I end this video than looking at Andrew Tate?
Let's just let that one linger a little bit. You're gonna make fun of this, right? Any sane person would make fun of this. Is Rev a Tate fan? Was he a Tate fan ever? I have no idea. I'm interested to see what he's gonna say. Yeah, that is a pretty normal, thing that some people hate. It's true. Oh, of course. So, are you gonna... How are we I'm really interested to see. How are we feeling on Tate? You gotta make fun of this. There's no way in hell you cannot make fun of this, right? Like, you must make fun of this. One must.
Andrew Tate has continued his anime arc. This is something we have been talking about. We talked about it in a video a couple days ago. He's been making daily tweets featuring anime characters, most of them entirely cringe, but I think that's kind of the point. But I made a point to say this has been a difficult situation. Because, yes, it's funny to point and laugh at Andrew Tate and to see the hysteria him posting anime characters causes, but it's just more ammunition for people to make fun of anime fans and to demonize them.
Oh, okay. Interesting take. I never thought about it that hard. I wonder if that's happening. I mean, I'm sure somebody did it. Somebody's like, ooh, all anime fans are Andrew Tate. But, you know. Hi, Shang. I'm so politics pilled. I'm so politics pilled. Yeah, 3-year age gap is not... weird. Unless it's a 19-year-old and a... What's 9 minus 3? 16-year-old. Yeah, that would be weird. It depends a little bit where your ages are at, you know? Because in certain times of a person's development, a lot happens in your brain. In other times, less so. You know? I'm sure I don't know. I wonder, actually, if Andrew Tate is actually an anime fan or if he's just doing this for, like, funsies. I don't know. Tate did tweet that. Tate tweets a lot of these tweets. Andrew is like Nikocado Avocado, but much worse. Yeah, he is worse.
When he posts canonically underage characters, people call him a pedo, and if you don't care about Andrew Tate, that's fine, I get it. But of course, that same logic is driving hate towards anime fans over some of this completely ridiculous stuff. And in this case, it's like, he's just going to keep posting this every day. They're going to call, the people angry about this are going to call anime fans pedos, and it's just going to...
Sure. I look in the mirror. I see a pathetic, bald sex pest. I scream in terror as I wake up and cradle my Vash plushie. My Vash plushie. Vash to 7 feet. Damn. Not the Andrew Tate nightmares. Yes, yeah, I don't know. I've never seen anybody looking at these tweets from Andrew Tate and being like, all anime fans, like anything. I've only seen people making fun of Andrew Tate for being really weird. But I personally don't see these tweets that often anyway. Were you Andrew Tate all along? No way, no, it doesn't really line up with the whole prison thing. Might be
continue every day. He's going to keep posting for more bait and outrage reaction to it, and it's just an annoying situation, but I don't know. It just goes to show you this whole argument about fictional characters, whether they're short or conversations about their age, is so pointless and so biased towards what people want to use to attack others.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure it's just biased because people want to attack others? Mm-hmm. Is that it? Okay, for sure.
It'll make your head spin, but that's gonna do it for this video. I know it was a whole lot today, but
it was a whole lot.
Let me know all of your thoughts about today's topics in the comments section down below.
I will not.
Enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.
I already let you know verbally. I let you know all of my thoughts all the way verbally. Don't worry about it. God, that is one thumbnail, huh? That is one thumbnail. Did he? That was 2 months ago, though. I don't want to watch that. Rev must have some really strong legs. Look at those leaves. Gotta do those leg workouts. Do you think Andrew Tate only had access to Crunchyroll in prison, and that's why he's in his otaku arc? Now, this is a conspiracy theory I can get behind. Yes. The video started out pretty mid, and then it got slowly worse. Honestly, this one started out pretty bad already. after like here, once we started getting into the tweet, where he's just, you know, didn't read what was written like once and instead just argued with himself over imaginary situations that weren't happening or being discussed, which is always very fun. The right loves to do that. The right is like, oh my god, this thing that isn't real and will never be real, can you imagine they're doing this? No, they're not doing this. Nobody's doing this. Nobody's doing or saying anything like this. You're just in your head schizo posting. Do your thing. Do your thing, little rock star. Finish cooking. Ooh, what did you make? Stir fry. Want some? Yes. Yes, please. What's in your stir fry? People attack other people even when they don't hate them. People, like, I love when people like Rev react to criticism by calling it, oh god, they're attacking me, they're attacking others because they have preferences or whatever, when it's like criticism leveled at them. I've like to do it too. Oh god, which one? Getting mad at things that don't exist. I feel like with the way that the right behaves, we don't even have to, the left doesn't have to make shit up. What the left likes to do is argue semantics with each other. But they usually, I don't think they make shit up. Ref debate when? Yeah, debate me, bro. I'm super duper bad at it because I've never done it. I don't think you've done it either, though. So like, we should totally like practice debate with each other. I'm down. I will be charitable. I will be charitable and chill. This is an open invitation. If you actually, that would be so cool. If you actually would want to. I bet you wouldn't, but I think that would be very cool. Maybe we can come to a consensus. Maybe we can both learn and grow from this. You know, technically that's the goal of a debate. Usually they don't do that, though. Usually that doesn't happen. Tate Watchers. Tate watches Monster Musume. I see. The least offensive thing about Andrew Tate is him being an anime fan. So we watched this guy, we watched that. Oh yeah, should we go into that or do we want to watch another Rev video? No, I don't just want to watch Rev the entire time, but he's so fun to talk about though. Debate where you insult each other and he has a panic attack from talking to a girl. Oh my god, you're a weird girl, oh no. In the middle of the debate. Bring the Flügengeheimen. I can just talk to him in German if I can't anymore. Yeah, local leftist and right-wing movements are always a little bit different. But you know, then we also have like the online left and the online right. That divides us in being bad, or rather it unites us in being leftists and right-wingers. Technically, I guess. That was the least sentence I've ever said. I'm so sorry. Sadly, he'll just run and ignore you. Yeah, like he did with Mr. Brindley and Zan. Well, he responded to Zan, I think, though. He did respond to Zan. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a whole conversation. But Zan is also a lot bigger. So that means I just, you know, need to get big enough to... I like the ones where he's like, oh, I'm getting cancelled. I wonder what those are about, but I don't know. But it was a while ago, the Zan situation, and he makes so many videos, so... I don't know if that's in here somewhere. I think he responded to Zan at some point. Probably. He uses the same image a lot. United and cringe. Now that's better. That's much better. I don't want to watch only Rev videos. Very sensible, very real. Yeah, but they are very funny, you know? They are very funny to react to. God, he talked about Charlie a lot. I just wanted to see if he has like a video on Zan, but maybe I wouldn't even be able to tell. I don't know when that happened. The whole Zan drama thing. I don't know. I don't recall. I wasn't in the space at the time. I think. I don't know. I don't know. But he must have reacted at some point, right? It's Master Foods. Honey, garlic, and soy stir fry. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, it was quite a few months ago. I don't know where to find it. Russian leftists don't care much about all this gender stuff. About the gender stuff. Yeah, I think there's probably some people in Russia who are also leftists, probably, who also care about that. But I guess they have other issues to attend to first, probably. Oh yeah, I can search in the channel, that's true. But would he put Zanderhall in the... Would he put it in the title? Probably not, right? Okay, this one shows up, but why? I got cancelled. Ref is over. Is this it? Is this about this? Oh god, 7 months ago. I guess that was about that, maybe, potentially. Zan and Ref drama was like 7 months ago! Well, then that is that. Yeah, that was such a long time ago. But he did respond, I guess, to Zan. Because Zan's a bit bigger. Search and channel? Is that a new function? I don't think that's a new function, is it? Maybe it is. Oh, I don't know. You're triggering my Uncle Roger right now, Lauren? Yes, gotta put MSG on everything. I've been sub to Rev for a while now, and I've never heard of Zan before. Yeah, Zan, I wonder if he, like, actually mentioned him or not, but he must have, right? Because these videos show up when I search Xander Hall, so I'm assuming that he must have mentioned him in those ones. And it was 7 months ago, right? So they had a little bit of beef. Yeah, I know Zan mainly from, like, his own content. I don't think he ever talked about him. Damn, crazy. Now I kind of want to, like, skim through it, but it's too long. I also don't want to skim through it. I have another thing on my docket that I would like to get to real quick. So we've looked at Ref. Which one? We've watched two. One of them much more boring than the other, but still. Leftists learn to recognize that people can grow challenge, i.e. Victoria on Twitter. I wanted to mention that because that was going on like yesterday when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about in today's stream. He did very briefly though. Yeah, I bet he's a little bit too scared to get into all that, probably. Kill me, but I hear you saying Zen, like Centrea. Oh no, like Zan, I guess. People change? No way. Yeah, it's a whole situation. Wait, I pulled up this tweet. Maybe I'll just talk about it and not show tweets, but I found a tweet. I will. That's not the tweet. I have too many tweets open is the problem. Is it you? It's you. It's you. I can close some of my annoying tabs. Thank you. This is a person that I follow. And this is about this tweet, I think. Let's see how much... Oh, this tweet is unavailable. Uh-oh. Well, that's something. Gonna cook some fry rices. Good. Zantrea. What the fuck does can grow challenge mean? So, I'll explain to you. Too many Twitter is a problem indeed. It certainly is. I vibe on Twitter. I have a fun time on Twitter for the most part. I'm assuming that this person is replying to Victoria. That's the person who this is all about. I'll just read this and see if this offers any context. Otherwise, I'll just explain. So, you make me want to blow out my brains. Get a fucking hobby. I don't give a fuck about this leftist shit, bro. It took 12 hours and 20 minutes. Is this a reply to this person again? Well, oh well. I don't know. To get an actual apology out of her. I can't believe y'all. I'm honestly so fucking done with this stupid fucking space. Yep, this is about Victoria, who apologized for saying racist stuff in the past. Victoria is a trans advocate on Twitter, and everybody's been dogpiling for some on her for some old tweets that she made while still being in the conservative bubble years ago. And that keeps happening because God forbid people change. That's why I called it that. Leftists try to realize that people can change. Some, like woke scold internet leftists, like those, try to realize that people can change and grow from their past and become good people. Challenge. Level, impossible. Absolutely impossible. Well, yeah. Vocals when vocals. It happens. It happens all the time. And this person who I follow, again, Thena replied, "Fine, leave. You are a rod to the left. I agree. And serve to destroy trans advocates for clout, which is why you're the largest account that has engaged with me on this, and you're white passing." Okay, I don't know how that factors in, but maybe they said something earlier. I don't know, in that thing. Okay, Zecke artist combines Andrea and Xander. Let's actually go. By the way, hey, look. Yeah, another link in bio. Yeah, they're talking about all of that. Do I have any, like, better tweets from this whole exchange, or do I only have this one? because I haven't even seen the original fucking tweet, but I just know it was a long time ago, and Tori has been a leftist trans advocate on Twitter for a long time now. And people crawling out of the woodwork just to try and take somebody down for like something they've said many years ago and clearly do not stand by those views anymore at all. That serves, absolutely no purpose. I think Thena said that somewhere else as well. That just serves zero purpose. None. Like, just, what are you trying to achieve with this? That the only thing that this does is driving more people away from the left. Because, oh, well, if I ever was like reactionary in my past, and then I try to join leftist spaces, I'm gonna get called out for still being reactionary right now for some reason, just because I was in the past. Like, a lot of leftists, like Zan, they mentioned this earlier somewhere too. I think Lance from the Surfs mentioned it earlier as well, about Zan, who used to be in the alt-right pipeline somewhere. You know, somewhere on that pipeline. We all were. A lot of leftists were. Like, many, many, many leftists were. This is something that comes up in chat all of the time. When you watch Hassan, when you watch Vosh, you know, like I do, when you watch big leftist content creators, you will see in their side chat that people used to be like at the fringes of the alt-right pipeline and like kind of dabbling in that direction of the internet in 2015 ish times, and then they get pulled out of there and change their mind and grow as people. It was like almost 10 years ago. Jesus fucking Christ. Puritanically progressive. Oh yeah, to describe peeps not interested in coalition and the United Front organizing. Yeah, and they just want to posture progressive stuff. It's honestly so harmful, and it just doesn't serve any good purpose whatsoever. Yep. I can enjoy Twitter. I kind of can enjoy Twitter too. I mean, I post my art on Twitter, and then people say, "Oh, nice art," and I say, "Thank you," and they say, "Oh, you're welcome." So that's my Twitter experience for the most part. But I also see all of this shit, of course. I feel like this only happens on Twitter, or at least primarily on Twitter. It's a very Twitter thing. It's a very online thing. But, you know, a lot of life happens online, so, you know. Rehabilitation is a core tenet of the left. Literally. Stuff like this is so cringe. Like, if you don't believe in rehabilitation, like, brother, please. YouTube used to be way more dominated by the alt-right pipeline. 1,000,000% true. Like, I don't know if I ever talked about this, but I was in there as well in 2015. I was watching weird alt-right content creators sometimes. Like, I didn't really consider myself very political at the time, but I still watched them. So I was definitely at the fringes of that, and now I'm the complete opposite. This happens all of the time. If you're gonna condemn everybody who used to, like, watch Sargon of Akkad, that's, like, my biggest... Ooh, can't believe I just said that to you all, but yeah, I did a little bit in 2015. I don't even remember what type of videos of his I watched because it was so long ago. But yeah, if you are gonna condemn every single person, then yeah, you're not gonna have that much online left, you know? Alex Jones? No, I never watched Alex Jones. I don't know if he was around back then. Mine is worse, isn't it? One of the steps I took to grow as a leftist was to realize that we all share the same biases and prejudices. Yeah, and a leftist is not a good person by default. Nope, they certainly are not. That is very true. Yeah, same. I used to watch him in the early days. Yep. I did do that. I watched Sargon of Akkad. Who else did I watch that's like... I mean, I watched those weird SJW-owned compilations or whatever it was. That sort of stuff. I don't know what channels made that, but I did watch that. I watched the weird guy. Oh shit, I don't know his name anymore. I cannot describe him in a meaningful way. He was like in the same bubble as Sargon of Akkad, I think. And he was like faux intellectual and had a really weird speaking cadence. TLDR? No, I don't know. I don't know. But like a lot of those types of people. Maybe if I'll remember him, I'll tell you about it. But I don't remember most of these people. First I commission you for your art, and then I turn around and cancel you for your cringe takes about mushrooms. Fuck. I knew this was coming, Siska. And I do deserve that. Yeah. My takes about mushrooms are quite cringe indeed. I'm trying to see if there's more. Yeah, this is some more context about this. This is the person that this is about. I also follow Victoria on Twitter. Teal deer. The weird guy in the same bubble of Sargon as a cat. That doesn't help a lot. I know. I just don't remember. Thunderfoot! Yep, him as well. Thunderfoot was big because he was like, I was an atheist. I mean, I still am. I was always atheist. I was never not atheist. It's like the weird atheist YouTube space that then also turned alt-right for some reason. Yeah, that's my space. Who the hell Sargon is? Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're fine. No need to worry about it. Oh, I watched Mr. Medicare as well. I know that person that I remember. I remember thinking those videos were funny. I'm sure, and I mean, I watched iDubbbz and stuff like that as well, obviously, but everybody did, I think. I was just lurking and I heard the mention of Thunderfoot. What are we talking about? About my dark and evil past. About my dark past of watching alt-right YouTubers. What do you mean? I was raised to be a socialist super soldier who only subsists on the blood of misogynists. I never had a cringe take in my life, mostly. Wish that was me, for real. Sargon is some dead king. actually. Hi, Arakira! We're done covering, we're long done with anything Turkey related, so you're safe on that. Hello. Speaking of water, hydration check. Yeah, drink water, guys. I definitely have water here. Oh, I used to be big. Yeah, me too, Joestar. I used to be quite big on Mr. Medicare content. Yeah, I like that. Back in the day when my frontal cortex wasn't developed yet or whatever. Yeah, I used to watch Thunderfoot as well. Then Thunderfoot went down a bad path. I have no idea what happened with like most of those people. Thunderfoot especially I haven't heard of like anything. Sargon of a cat a little bit, but the other ones I don't know. Go get water. No. Dude, we are only streaming for like 20 more minutes at best or something. We're almost at the, like, it's fine. Late. I will get, I will even buy groceries after stream, so there we go. Yeah, same Purple. Now I remember the days when I used to watch a channel called like Feminists Getting Wrecked or something. I don't remember. Those days when feminists angered me. Same. Watching like Milo Yiannopoulos stuff. I don't even think I actually watched his stuff ever. And being like, yeah. Groceries. Turkey elections were cringe. That's all I'm gonna say. Yep. The only thing I regret is I didn't go vote with wearing a Spider-Man suit. Yeah, maybe that would have increased like morale. You still watch Thunderfoot vids where he dunks on Elon Musk from time to time. Oh, he does that. See, I don't even know that because, like I said, I'm not up to date on him at all. Don't know what happened with him. I just know he's also part of that space a little bit. Boop, boop. I never watched those guys, mostly because I'm old, but also because I had my local bad influences here. Fair, valid, and real. Also real. The weird traditional values, religious stuff often comes together with the libertarian, atheist, anti-left. Yeah, that's weird to me, isn't it? Which is when it started to dawn on me that it's not really what I want to associate with. I don't really know how I got out of it, honestly, because for a lot of people it was like, oh, they were watching alt-right, and then they discovered another like content creator who pulled them out of that bubble, but I don't think that's quite how it happened for me. I used to watch those dudes, and then I just kind of got bored, I guess. I don't know, and then I stopped, and then later I found like the online left. Thunderfoot got less political now. I feel like he wasn't even that political when I used to watch him, but that's just what I remember. I remember a lot of talking about like science stuff. Oh, I guess it was pretty political at times. Anyway, this is not the original tweet, but this is also about that. Adding this to clarify, but I'm sorry, and I realize my action caused harm. I sincerely apologize. It's an apology, right? Because somebody wrote about Tory in bad faith. Oh, look, this is so long. Where are we going? We're going here. It was there for a second. I could see this tweet for a second. That's a glitch, isn't it? But anyway. Thena wrote, if you accuse someone of past racism and that they apologize and explain themselves publicly and you still attack them over it, you're not here to fight against racism. True. You're here to make yourself feel superior by scolding people for not being pure enough, and that helps racists. Very true. Base take. That's why I follow you and why you follow me, Thena. Me when I have based umphis. Is this what umphis means? Vosh says it all the time. I don't know what umphis mean. I feel old. Political fatigue. Basically, you don't get much enjoyment from the stuff as before. I guess so. Maybe I was in my political fatigue era. Well, now I'm in my politics era again. Tori literally did not apologize though, says this person. Her thread did not use the word sorry until she added another tweet 12 hours later because she was getting cooked. Well, there's the apology anyway. You're destroying a popular trans advocate after she apologized for being racist back when she was groomed by her parents into conservatism. The same thing happened to Keffels, apparently. I wasn't up to date on that back when it happens. You'll keep doing it to every trans advocate. Have fun doing this while your rights are being signed away. Literally, so counterproductive. Oomphy is a verbal stim. Oomph, oomph, oomph. I mean, oomphy sounds really good. Oomphy sounds fun to say, yeah. This is too much politics. I love politics. I'm sorry. I love talking politics. I love talking politics and everything involved with it. And I love watching politics content. Yeah, live and let live always doesn't really, like, live and let live would work if conservatives weren't, like, planning genocide. Live and let live would work much better. If they also subscribe to that notion. But alas, they certainly do not. I've talked about this before, but I listened to a podcast that used to be very edgy. Eventually, they saw how toxic their fan base were, and they just went left all the way. That was big for me. That's so good, Victor. That's very iDubbbz as well. You know, iDubbbz was very edgy. Then he realized who his fan base is, and then he turned it around. Vibes, yeah. There's never too much politics. I agree. I love politics content, and a lot of people like it too, you know. It's fine if you don't want everything to be talk about politics all the time, especially for people who are affected by the topics discussed. You know, like if you're talking about trans genocide in Florida, trans people in Florida might be like, wow, this is too much for me, I don't want to hear any more about this. And that's absolutely valid and true, but I also think that you should be politically involved. These are my thoughts and feelings. iDubbbz was edgy, and now he's a cuck, or at least that's what I've heard of him. Nah, that's a reactionary talking point. People are saying because he got a wife who's cool, that he is now a cuck, but he actually just realized that what he was doing in the past was absolutely perpetuating the worst fucking ideals on the internet and a driving force in, like, actual bigotry. And he realized that now, and he's like, well, God, that sucks. Now I need to do everything I can in order to distance myself from it. He's still somewhat edgy. Yeah, I think you can be edgy. You can be edgy and not be a right-wing piece of shit. Like, Vosh is edgy. I like him, so there you go. Cuck is when on OnlyFans. Exactly. Like, you have a hot girlfriend that also does OnlyFans. Well, cuck. Yeah, girlfriend has OnlyFans, that's true. And that's where the cuck stuff comes from. Yeah, that's such a, like, weird take. It's like, at the end of the day, like, who's her boyfriend? You know? I don't really see a problem with your significant other having OnlyFans, but also I do see a problem with having significant others. We don't do that around these parts, so maybe I'm not the best source. No, I do think you can be. I don't know that much about their relationship. Are they in an open relationship? Maybe. I don't know. I know she got a lot of, like, very, very bad comments from his fans, though. Whoosh is mean to me, a trans woman. Therefore, he must be transphobic. Real. I mean, it's lived experience. It's right there. It's evidence. Real, empirical evidence. Hi, Aaron. What's up? By the way, the podcast I spoke about is still very edgy and funny. Yep. They just make sure to never target minorities. You can be edgy and funny without being a right-wing asshole. This is true. I agree. Only those in positions of power. Also, no slurs, because that's mostly lazy humor. Yep. Fair. That is very fair. There's a third world war possibility. True. Being out of politics seems a little bit careless for me. Honestly, I can't really... For people who say they're completely, like, outside of politics and they don't care about it at all, I cannot really empathize with that position, no. Because politics is everywhere. Politics informs, like, everything about your life. Whether you like it or not. Whether you're into it or not, you know? Your trans friends might get, you know, if you're in Florida. In Germany, it's not a problem, at least not right now. But you know, people could die. You should care about that. Edge is fine as long as you don't make fun of unchangeable characteristics. For the most part, yeah, I agree with that. Like, you can be edgy without being mean. You can be edgy without being horrible. Hi, just woke up. I'm mom. Oh my god. Then that would be my niece or nephew. My nephew. You're my sister. That's your son. Nephew. Yes. I just come in. I have no idea what we're talking about. Yeah, we've been talking about a lot. I can go through the docket again to tell you what we've been talking about when, but yes. We were talking right now, though, we were talking about the cancellation of a trans advocate on Twitter because woke scolds cannot ever stop. I haven't read this yet. There's no positive outcomes from this. Another trans advocate is bullied off the internet, which gives transphobes more ammo to use against the community. And transphobes are overwhelmingly right-wing racists, so it gives ground to them too. That's why we lose. True. And they privated their account, so I can't screenshot this person. Yeah, I guess so. Or the other person. Some person in there did that. People who claim to not be into politics, often fall into the populist trap in my experience and claim to be centrists and apolitical. Centrists. Centrists make my head hurt. I'm so sorry. Like, you don't have to be like a bad person to be a centrist, but you sure are annoying. Like, you certainly are annoying. Like, bro, if you don't take a stance, you side with the oppressor. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. I can't change the facts. It's just how it is. No. As an oppressed minority, I should be allowed to use slurs against other minorities. Nope, only yours. Only yours. Yes, I love that. Tapple, it's more side gig. But money is money. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, wait, the job. Oh shit, you were having a conversation. Oh, the OnlyFans stuff? Yeah. I think people should do OnlyFans if they want to. That is my only thought on the matter. Oh yeah, this is another tweet from... See, I can see this because I follow her. Is this true? Can I see this? Yes, I can see this tweet. We could read all of that, I suppose. When was this tweet? The one tweet in 2020 was when I was very lib and still finding my views. I was 23 then, just like me. And I had just gotten out of my parents. I no longer hold those views. Yeah, that's like 3 years ago. Honestly, I also don't believe in it. Oh, it had to be 10 years ago or something for you to have learned. You can learn a lot in 2 years. You can learn a lot in 3 years. I have autism, so I can say the R word then. In my opinion, yes. I think you can. I think you can. But I'm not the CEO of slurs, so, you know. It's up to you if you think that that's okay. But I think, yeah. I think you can do that. I'm brown. Can I say the N word then? How brown? Yay! Do I count as an oppressed minority? As an Aussie? Ja, wir sind definitiv. Hast du mal unsere Economy gesehen im Gegensatz zueinander? Im Gegensatz zum Westen hier? Die Wessis nennen uns auch ein Ossi, ne? Und Ossi is actually a slur. 100%. Yes. I mean, yes. In Russia, not in politics, basically means you're a rightist. Yeah. If you're not politically active, yes. Nicht unsere Economy. How brown. I'm very serious. Yes, I'm only making very serious claims. Obviously, as always. Same with, yes, Aussie. Aussie is a slur that only Aussies can use, obviously. So I can use it, because I too am an Aussie. Nicht unsere Economy. How do you... Economy? I'm so bad at German. Do we want to read this Twitter thread real quick, or no? For some reason, people are digging up decade-old tweets. Oh, wait, is it a decade old now, or is it 2 years old? Either way, I think you can change a lot, even in 2 years. Or 1 year. Depends what happens in the year, you know? Just, you gotta time is a factor. You do gotta demonstrate change over, like, a prolonged period of time, but as long as that has happened. Wirtschaft, Streber. Wirtschaft. As a black person, I'm not a big fan of using the N-word. Right? Not every black person likes to use the N-word. 100%, right? You don't have to do that. No, you must. Is an attempt to dunk on me now. I'm going to respond. For 23 years of my life, I was isolated and indoctrinated to be a far-right Christian by my parents. My internet was monitored, and I was kept from seeing any outside discourse outside the church until I was in my late teens. I endured emotional and physical abuse. I didn't become a real person until I escaped my parents' house at 23 and started reflecting on my life. For the next 5 years to now, I have self-reflected, had extensive therapy, and then came out as trans. Like, who in their right mind is gonna be like, well, no, you should still be canceled or whatever the fuck for that tweet that you made before that? What the fuck? Yeah, it's like a decade old. People are God, people. I've said a lot of things in my past that I regret and I look back on and feel ashamed, but my past is a product of extensive indoctrination, abuse, and I've been left with PTSD and more. If you believe in rehabilitation, then you should have zero issues with me being on the left. I've changed, grown, and will continue to grow. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's not that hard. I don't understand how people want to call themselves leftists and then just attack people for things that they did fucking 10 years ago and clearly have demonstrated change from. It's so unproductive. Fucking insane. If good men do nothing, that's evil enough. True. From Street Fighter, the movie. Jalsum from Street Fighter. Let's go. My favorite philosopher. A very good quote from a very bad film. I actually like it. Yeah. Vibes. See, there's the sorry tweet as well. Adding this to clarify, but I'm sorry and I realize that my action has caused harm. I sincerely apologize. Valid. Just to be clear, I don't think using slurs is a good thing to do. There are more efficient ways to add emphasis, humor, and insult. I agree with that too. It's honestly one thing where I was like a little bit, when I first got into watching Vosh, I was like a little bit put off by like the R word. I was put off by the R word. I know. Shocker. It's not like my favorite thing, and I think honestly maybe he would get out of some controversies more if he just didn't use it. If I was him, I just wouldn't, even though he totally can. But you know. Slay, I guess. I don't know. Noted, yes. BTTV emotes. Noted. Like, I don't call people a slur. Just say that their fit is mid. Now that hits a lot harder. Yes. Yeah, that's my take on that. That's my take on all of that. Also, I have a question. Can I judge people for their education or religious biases? It's not their fault that they were born into bad environments. I mean, what do you mean by judge? You shouldn't judge people for their education or religious biases, but, you know, if they've been... if they're, like, on the internet perpetuating certain thoughts on the internet, that's why the internet is kind of nice and cool with it. You have a lot of resources, and there's a lot of ways that you can learn. So if they're like extremely narrow-minded but have access to like the World Wide Web, I think you can put the question forward of like, hey, why don't you look at some actual resources and try and learn? Wouldn't you like to try and learn? Kinda, yeah? Or should I hold people to a standard of self-improvement? I think there's nuance to this. I think there is nuance to this. I think so too. Like... they're out here, they're communicating with you in the open marketplace of ideas, and I think that they have, if they're like out there arguing their case, they could spend some time trying to like expand their limited worldview, which they were brought up with. You should take into account somebody's past and upbringing, etc. That can explain their actions, but you know, it cannot necessarily excuse them. I think that's pretty good. I think there's a more creative way of making fun of someone. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't make fun of an American for having bad knowledge of world politics or history. That's very nice of you. That is very nice of you. Yeah, it's kind of overplayed, isn't it? Being like, oh, American don't know where geography is. Their education is being gutted by their own government. That is very nice of you. That's probably the morally best thing to do, I think. I do find it very funny to make fun of Americans every now and then. That's the hard battle that I'm fighting personally. But if you're having a charitable conversation with somebody, yeah, you probably shouldn't make fun of an American for bad knowledge of world politics or history. I also try to be more charitable to Americans, generally. You know, make fun where it's deserved. There's enough parts that you can make fun of. You don't have to go for like the obvious, you don't know where Finland is. That especially, I've started also getting pretty tired of that. There's a lot of posts on Twitter about that, like, ooh, somebody tried to fill out the map of Europe and put the states where they belong, and all of, well, not states, but the countries where they belong and all of that stuff. And it's like, okay, first of all, I think this particular one is fake that I saw. I was like, that, no way. And second of all, okay, whatever, boring. I would make fun of a German politician for not knowing German history, though. Definitely, that's what they're like there for. Like, dude, that's what we're paying you for. Like, why don't you know shit? True. I also think I know what you're referring to, but I only know very vaguely about it. Wasn't that like a politician from the Green Party who didn't know who Bismarck was? Otto von Bismarck? Was that? The problem with try and learn and inform yourself, in my opinion, is that there's also, it is a skill to master. You are right. Anti-vaxxers claim to be informed, and it's you who has to read up on the facts. It is tough. It is tough. It is a little tough, isn't it? Media literacy should be taught in schools. That would, honestly, better education would help leftists a lot, because, honestly, the biggest, like, boost to rightism in countries is bad education, right? So, thanks for not bullying us Americans for being into not being into geographics. Fair, right? You shouldn't. You really shouldn't. As a Brit bonger, I have no grounds to stand of when making fun of Americans. Yeah, in Europe we just make fun of each other and ourselves as well. Also, hello Ilya. Isn't such things come from the theory that language forms thinking, which has not been proven? All bad words in the past were neutral, and only the frequency of use in a bad context made them bad. Well, yeah, I think what you're trying to say is that, like, words change meaning in the societal context that they've been used, so different parts of the world, different societies, I suppose, will have different bad words, like, British people calling cigarettes what they call cigarettes and all that stuff. Yeah, but you gotta see the words in their current context. I think Scholz, the liver sausage. No, not Scholz. It wasn't Olaf Scholz. I think it was some Green Party politician. Scholz is SPD. I don't know that. I can't help myself but laugh over a video where American people say that the US won World War II against the USSR and Germany. Yeah, it is a little shocking how little knowledge is being communicated to people around the world about not even events that were that long ago. Like, World War II was like, it ended less than 100, is that true? Less than 100 years ago? Like 1945, and currently it's 2023. Yeah, that's crazy. That's really crazy to think of. So the N-word is banned for sure, although in many languages it simply means black. Well, but that's like a different word, yeah, in that sense. That's a different word then, yes. 80 years ago, 78 years. It's crazy to think that it always feels like that was like 1,000 years ago. So distant, but it's not that distant at all. Some people are still alive who were in fucking camps, although that's slowly stopping, which is why we need to talk about what happened in World War II, because the actual witnesses of the time period are like slowly dying now, and we need to like keep the memory alive of that. In those who replace them with colored sound off already. Well, I think you do have to adjust the way that you talk based on how language has evolved in your society, for sure. We talked about that the other way too. Yeah. Oh no, you recently found out that the word nego, which is mostly used here as dude, person, homie, is being translated by Google to the N-word. Hard R and all. Well, that is not what it means. That one is not a slur, as far as I know. My grandpa was a belly gunner in the air army in World War II. Damn. I don't know what my grandparents did in World War II, and I'm a bit sus about that. Like, what did y'all do? What did y'all do? You know? There's like, I've heard somewhere, it's like a post somewhere, I don't remember. Ask Germans what their grandparents did in World War II. I don't know. The problem is my grandmother is dead and my grandfather has Alzheimer's disease. So I don't think I'll ever know. Yeah, my mom, they didn't really talk about it. So I don't know. I can't believe y'all aren't so racist, Victor. How dare you? Yeah, my grandparents, no idea what they did. So, I mean, the most likely thing is that they were like bystanders in quotation marks. So, didn't really do that much, I guess. He got the Lucky Bastard Award. I'm also not a history buff after all. What does that mean? What do you get that award for? But like, hell yeah. So that means he lives, right? If he's still around, it's good. Adaptation is good, but when one word is considered an insult in one language and is trying to force changes in another language, it's silly when people go to like the Spanish word for black and they're like, oh my god, how dare you say that, like the color black. It's like, stop, get some help. That's not what this means. This is not this. But if somebody is speaking English and uses a slur, that's different. You know, having lived here in the past 4 years, I can't even defend ourselves. Oof. Well, vibes. It's very safe to assume that all our great-grandparents were regime supporters. Yep, unless they went to a camp. This is true. This is very true. That's also just a basic assumption that I'm gonna go with, especially since I don't know. One of my great-granddads did. Oh, damn, really? Jesus. But it's nice that, well, nice, but, you know, it's nice that you know about this. It's nice that you, like, have this family history that you know. I know some of my friends' family history, and it's, interesting. Or, of course, you know, I have some friends that are not, well, at least part of their family is not originally from here, so they have a different family history, obviously. Actually, my great-grandpa defended his village when Japan attacked us, when Japan attacked you guys. He was just a hunter. Also, his rifle still works. Damn. Look at that history, personal history. Or the swastika having a different meaning in Asia as it does in the West. Yeah, they have the manji. Is it manji? Manji? Is it manji? I think it's manji, right? I can't hit the fucking thing. Yeah, manji. It's different. It's the other way around. It's not tilted, but tilted is kind of like questionable. Yeah, manji is something else. They just like co-opted that. But it's the other way around. I mean, right-wingers have enough symbols, you know. God, fucking runes. I hate... Did you know that fucking Nazis have ruined runes forever? Runes are just a Nordic thing, I'm pretty sure. Like, runes aren't inherently... They were there before the Nazis, but still, whenever there's runes anywhere, it's like, why are the runes here? Usually not a good reason. Man, runes could have been cool, but alas, of course they're not. Horrible. My grandma based on her age. That's me again. Oh boy. I just wanted to see what's on my front page. I wanted to see what's going on. Yep, that's definitely the content that I've been consuming lately. Fucking Sunny V2 as well. Anyway. My grandma based on her age was born just a few years before the second Sino-Japanese war. Ooh, yeah, Japan has a history that people don't talk about, but I think people have started talking about a little bit more recently. Also hilarious that the original... oops, I skipped a line. It's also hilarious to watch videos where Americans hear Russian the word kniga. Oh, I guess that's kind of close, isn't it? I never even thought about that. Yeah. The swastika is the original, is a Buddhist symbol that the Nazis used because they're very esoteric. That's true. The Nazis were so esoteric. That's something we didn't really talk about much in history, but I've learned since then. It's crazy. Nordic and Celtic, except in Bloodborne. That's based. Yeah, like runes in and of themselves are not bad, but I never trust when people have like rune necklaces and rune tattoos or whatever. It's like, why do you have those? Could be okay, but probably isn't. Right-wingers be like, nice symbol, now it's mine. Fucking assholes. Viking metal bands don't care, they don't. And a lot of metal bands sometimes do, and it's bad. Ugh, Jesus. Yeah, Nazis ruined runes, but I love runes. I like runes too. I made like a little original character thing for Game of Thrones at one point where I used runes, and then I'm like, oh my god, these runes are actually Nazi symbolism. Everything! So annoying. Give them back! I don't want you guys to have it. You guys should have nothing. Give back your symbols. Well, maybe not all of them, but you know, the ones you weirdly co-opted. I want to be able to use them again. There's a lot of right-wing dudes there, sadly. In metal. Yep, in metal. It's tough out there. You really gotta look into the bands that you like. Oh, he carved a rifle. He carved a line in the rifle stock when he killed a Japanese. It has like 22 lines. Let's go, defend your country, I think. Against invasion, for sure. I think. Same story with Kolovrad. I don't know that one, I think. Kniga I do know. When I see rune tattoos, it's either fasci or pagan. Pagans are chill. Yep, used to be friends with one. Yep, that's why you gotta like know the person to know what this means. I know at least one Nazi metal band, like really Nazi. I'm not so into like metal that much. I like Ghost. Are they new metal by definition? I don't know. But that's about the extent of that. Maybe I listen to War Pigs every now and then. So I'm not too deep into that subject matter, but I've heard. I've seen some TikToks. I think I've saved a TikTok somewhere where it's like, ooh, here's a guide on which metal bands to avoid or something, because they have spouted some very, very bad ideas. It's like, okay, I'll keep it in mind. Slavic pre-Christian symbol is a swastika now. Oh, the Kolovrad? Wait, oh. Kolovrad? No. That's a mountain ridge thing. Okay, maybe not. Ami from Prison Project wore a Haruhi armband to school when she was a kid until her teacher told her that it might give people the wrong idea. Yeah, those armbands are like weird little relic, aren't they? Like those anime girls with the little armbands, I think are... I have no basis for that, but is that a weird little relic from Japan's World War II times, or am I tripping? It does give me the ick a little bit. I know it's just a little armband, and I'm pretty sure it has no connotations, but it does give ick vibes, yes. Rammstein's one of my favorite. Rammstein is based as far as I know. Rammstein, good. Thank you, I will try that one. I will try Googling the Cyrillic instead. I don't have a Cyrillic keyboard, so I can't. Symbol. Да, хорошо, symbol. Ah, yeah, okay, yes. Я понимаю. I see. There's so many. This reminds me of the Black Sun as well. In German, at least. This one's bad. Like, they have, like, similar sort of vibes, I guess. I don't know where this one came from originally. Certainly somewhere else. But, Jesus Christ, yeah. Is this one forbidden or not? I don't know. I mean, somebody had it as a tattoo, but that doesn't need to mean anything. Bands like Rage Against the Machine and System of a Down are always based. Yes. They also talk about the greatness of their ancestors who came from Hyperborea and similar nonsense. I can't even understand why. It's just nice to satisfy their ego. Yeah, like, oh, our great ancestors and our great lineage and like the purity of our race and all of that shit. Those talking points, like, oftentimes they're not even proven. Like, Vosh talked about this yesterday too. You know, the great Aryan Übermensch. Is it Übermensch? I never said that in German before. Isn't that weird? Übermensch, like, theory, where they're like, oh yeah, the Nazis, we, the Aryans, we're definitely the baddest motherfuckers out there. And they like tried to prove that with IQ tests, and sucks to suck, I guess, they were constantly outperformed by, like, ethnic Jews, so their theory crumbled, so they just stopped using this fucking method of testing it because it didn't confirm their bias. It's so dumb. It's based on nothing. It's always based on nothing. I would be careful with Rammstein right about now. Oh, im Zweifel für den Angeklagten, but, oh, there's sexual assault allegations against Till right now. Oh, man. Yeah, that sucks. I've only heard good things up until now, but you know, I've never been like a super fan either. I wanted to say uber fan, but in the context of earlier, in the context of what I just talked about, maybe not. Okay, I'll be careful. Jesus, you can never trust anyone ever. your heroes will always turn out to be bad people. Until sometimes they don't, though. I can only imagine Rammstein is huge because it got here in the early 2000s, and that wasn't common for non-American English bands here. Fair. The bloodline did not continue. Ukrainian troops use the Black Sun a lot. Not sure what it means, though. Do they really, though? Or is that like a little psyop thing? I don't know. Sonnenrad. Maybe it has different meanings for those. Never meet your heroes. Honestly, most of the time, yeah, or at least, like, be conscious that your heroes or people you look up to, you know, are also people. So, like, you can idolize somebody. It happens sometimes. Like, somebody can be an inspiration for you, but keep in mind, if something comes out about them, you gotta be open to the idea that this is possible and be able to change your mind on the person, according to what happens. Theory about Übermenschen came from Nietzsche's philosophy, which they tried to prove with real finds. Yeah, but the Aryans in the original are an ancient culture of pastoralists from the territories of Iran. The real Aryans are gypsies, which is ironic. Also, you shouldn't say that word anymore, but, you know, I just read it, so I hope that's not too bad. Yeah, that is ironic, because, oh god, do Europeans ever hate Romani people? They certainly don't like them at all. Captain America was made by 2 Jewish guys. Yeah, and I heard someone say that it was pretty much saying, we have your Übermenschen and he's on our side. It's very political, isn't he? Captain America, I mean, of course. I've seen the Black Sun on Ukrainian soldiers in at least some official Ukrainian photos. Oh, that's crazy. Does it mean something else over there, or is that... Maybe. I don't know. I wonder if that means something else over there, or... I don't know. I don't know the... This is all German. Maybe I shouldn't scroll through the German results. The origins of that. Well, it says it's a sun wheel type symbol originating in Nazi Germany and then later employed by neo-Nazis in the far right. So that sounds like it's consistently pretty Nazi-esque. Huh. Anyway. Someone named Bandera, who were at least a Nazi collaborator. I mean, there are some, for sure. There's Nazis everywhere. There's always Nazis everywhere, which is very sad. Also, I said I would leave like 10 minutes ago, and I have not yet. Today, later on, do you know who's gonna stream today? Juno is gonna stream, but in 3 hours, so I don't think we're gonna raid, but I'll let you know about it anyway. Hello, more Resident Evil. Oh lord, he coming. Oh lord, he coming. Also, Tenchi here. I don't see anything wrong with saying yes, just because not all of them are Romani. Most of them are, but I remember from the movie Snatched. Yeah, I don't really know enough about it to comfortably say it. I think you're not supposed to. Tenchi, do you want to come up? He wants uppies. Uppies? Wait, do you want uppies? Ooh, he said ooh. I thought it was the name of the nationality. No, I think people think we don't say that anymore. But I don't know the history of that too much, so I will not speak on that too much right now. If you will dig into the Russia-Ukraine war, you'll see like a ton of Nazi symbols, ideologies, and other shit. And Bandera is now their hero. They have memorials and other shit for him. Yeah, this is a complicated issue, isn't it? Isn't it? Because there's always two sides, but then again. They were called Irish travelers as far as I know. Tenchi, hello. Are you here? Do you have a statement on the Russia-Ukraine war? Very insightful. Thank you, Tenchi. He's so quiet. He's just looking. Gonna take a nap. Continue the mind gear turning. I will also, actually, I want to say goodbye. Little break with the doggy. The Mr. Dog wants to go for a walk. Do you wish to have a walkie? I bet it's so much warmer now. A head pad from Chad. Hey, look, head pads from Chad. Head pads from Chad for you. For you. For you. Sit. Good boy. The best boy. Oh, why are you wet? Did you what? What did you do? Did he, like... Also, water. I will get water. Tenchi, like, his side is a little wet. Like, his shoulder. Why is your shoulder wet? Did you clean yourself there just now? I guess. He probably was cleaning himself before he came over here. Or fell into his water bottle thing. I don't know. That's unlikely. I bet it's so much warmer now. Is it? I will see. It's 19 degrees now. That's fine. It just looks warm because it's sunny. It's very sunny here. Okay, thank you all for tuning in very much. I had a lot of fun talking about all sorts of issues, you know, as per usual. Newsday, Tuesday, one of my favorite things. We're gonna have Newsday again this week on Saturday evening, I think I said. Googled it and it had two meanings. There's Romani and then there's a nomadic or free-spirited person, so it's complicated. It is, isn't it? Everything's always complicated. Everything's always complicated, and I still have a lot to learn. Thanks for the stream. It was very fun. Take care, everyone. I agree. Also, the mental image of Tenchi falling into his bottle is very cute. Yeah, he has like a little cup. He drinks out of a little cup. I'm glad you enjoyed the content. I will certainly make some videos out of this stream as well, because that's nice. Hi, Sia here. Hello. I don't know what that means, so I'm not gonna say it. Alf, I'm gonna have a good time. I hope you have that too. Tomorrow we'll see each other again. I'm gonna be singing some songs. I'll have to see which ones. Get my face again. Tenchi, you're in my face capture. Tenchi's pilot hijacking the face capture. He's a little criminal dude. He's a little criminal man. Why are you wet? Anyway. Alf, I'll wait a second. See you all. I read on Wikipedia. I'll read that real quick. Tsiranya, which Google translates is the G word, and there was the word regularly used. Even the G language is distinguished, originating from the Indo-Aryan. Love politics. Me too. I was glad to recognize some of your political vision. I will try to, you know, form it and communicate it to you again next week, and also on Saturday. Politics talk is important, especially, God, I already said bye, especially when the most prominent VTubers who talk about like anything even related to politics are usually right-wingers. I feel like we need a voice that is in the VTuber space that communicates politics on the other side of the spectrum of political ideology, fuck, I don't know the word. Ideology, thank you. We need a voice on the other side of the political ideology spectrum. Thank you very much, and this was Zecke. I'm now signing out, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Indeed we are. Let's go. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. See you. See you, see you. See you, see you. Tenchi says see you too, but like in his quiet little dog way. A big dog, large dog, massive dog. Rating Juno? The stream starts in 3 hours. I'll just send you a link, okay? Send you a link. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Пока-пока.